second page where we made a motion and a vote.
Abstain.
Which vote was that one?
The one regarding the 60,000,
Oh, the one for the school.
60,900. I abstained.
And then the only other thing I said is the 770 for the state 911, we should say going back to 2023.
Okay.
Because otherwise people are gonna be like, well, why can't we get those grants again? Well, that's because it was multiple years.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure that
Yeah, no, absolutely.
when your children are coming, they'll be able to know.
That's under the free cash report with you?
Yep,
So that should say,
going back to 2023,
numbers from the State Highway Department going back to 2022.
2023.
You took it way back to the
It's not that bad.
1900s.
1900 in the turn of the century.
Is there a packet there for Ted? I don't know what happened.
I took it.
Is there an extra one?
Well, I can do it online, so he can
I
have
thought
this.
I had enough. I'm sorry. I don't know
No,
what
he can have
happened.
this. I've got it.
Never mind, I can give it to this one here.
Okay.
That's fine,
Do
that'll
you
work.
guys mind passing that down to Ted? Or I
He
can
can
actually
use this.
Oh, it's all right, I just.
You
gave-
printed everything?
It's okay.
I think I got it.
So,
It's,
print these and cut
does
them.
anyone have
It was
a
an accident.
motion regards to accepting the minutes noted with the couple changes that we had?
So what was the other thing, Becky, you said? It was in this paragraph?
Just, I had abstained. It was
Vote unanimous with one abstention.
Thank you.
Motion, anybody?
I make the motion to accept the minutes of October 2nd with the changes as previously discussed.
second.
Thank you, Mrs. Narwhal. Thank you very both. We have a motion and a second. Do we have any more discussion on it? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries unanimous. All right, so we can start right off into the special town meeting review of the draft warrant. And I don't know if we wanna have, if we can, as we go through them, we can maybe have, I don't know if it's a straw poll or a motion where we wanna go, so we're, maybe the next meeting that we're at, when we're all talking about it, it'll go a little bit better. Is that something we wanna do, or?
Not until, I don't feel comfortable with that until I see what the attorneys say, cause it might change it.
Okay. So you don't wanna give any recommendation on anything?
Cause what happens if they change it materially? They shouldn't, but what happens if they do?
Okay.
That's my opinion, that doesn't mean we don't take a vote
mean-
and decide what everybody else wants, that's my opinion.
Mayor, through chair.
Good, sir.
If,
Darren, you're saying as we go through each motion,
We'll just, do we,
come up with a consensus or come up with a?
yeah, so,
I can only make a provisional, or whatever you wanna call it, motion says we are in favor of this at this point in time unless there's changes.
and I don't even know if we have to make a motion, a straw poll, seeing a simple majority or negative about a certain article, that's all we need, cause we're gonna actually make motions at the joint meeting. I just, unless, well, we can go through them, if anybody,
To get a feeling for
yes, I wanna
what the general
kinda know where
consensus is.
we're at, right? And if we're gonna go in, to the selectmen's meeting with something that we totally disagree with, at least we're all on the same page. And we have a moment now to discuss it amongst ourselves, that's all I'm thinking. All right,
so what you're really looking for is
Are we all kind of thinking this is good? Are we all kind of thinking it's bad? Or do we need, because some of them we may not need to spend a whole lot of time on.
Correct.
As a result of that.
And if we, go ahead, Seth.
Through the chair, sorry. At 5 o'clock this evening, we did get the draft back from town council. The amendments or the modifications that you will see are basically procedural and formatting.
Perfect.
So
you go.
the money amounts aren't gonna change, but, so I just wanna give you that
And,
heads up.
okay, so that's great.
That's what you needed to hear.
Yep,
Alls I'm trying to do, Karen, is just so that we go into the meeting and, you know.
I understand it, but I don't want it to be said, oh, well, you said this, and then they
No,
change it materially, and then they go, well, why would I? Not that that's ever happened before.
So, if we look at the first thing in our packet is the Office of the Planning Board, the roads, we really don't have a say in this, other than the fact that once they come on board, we own them, right? So, as long as Chris Kolosky and the Planning Board and Quinn Engineering, who the town employs, likes them, I think we're safe, right? Is that?
So my question is, so they're saying if the homeowners don't want a tree planted in the yard, then they're asked to donate $100 to the town's open space? Is that per yard, per declination,
Per tree.
per tree
And it's not the homeowner, it's from the builder.
from the builder? No, well, that's what I meant, the builder would pay, but if the homeowners don't want the tree, is what it says, right?
Yeah, wouldn't these trees be planted in the town right away? And why wouldn't they be planted if they were part of the original?
Well, ask him. And the people in Bedrock.
Yeah.
When they planted all those trees where the roots just ripped everything up, and then the town had to pay a whole lot of money to fix it. I'm guessing that's why, but I don't know.
Darren, if I may,
Go ahead.
the public hearings for these are gonna be held on Monday. So the select board has still not decided yet if they're going to keep these on the warrant or not. So
Okay.
those are still kind of up in the air right now, but we would definitely know by next Thursday if they're gonna be on the warrant.
Okay, I mean, it's just something for us to consider, right? We just, if we talk about them, we don't have to have a straw poll on this, it's not,
We just wanna make sure you had all the same information that the select board did.
all right, perfect.
So I do have
Go ahead.
observation, it's not, I'm not even sure there's a question here, but again, the planning board has said, okay, except you haven't done X, Y, Z.
Right.
And
they
it seems to be due tomorrow, and we're having public hearings on Monday. That leaves Saturday and Sunday to check out to see if they've completed. Are we going to have that information? Or
Hopefully
are we
by
gonna
Thursday.
say, well,
No, you have
it
to have
has
it
to
by,
be before the
the town
public
meeting, right?
hearing?
no, by Monday at 6 o'clock.
The public hearings about these are, and it should be all checks offs. That's, like I said, observation, not a question.
Nope.
Now,
Moving along,
we're meeting, going back to what you just said, we're meeting on Monday with the selectmen, right? No.
No, Thursday.
Oh, yeah, Thursday, okay.
You're welcome to come Monday, but it's not a
No.
posted meeting.
No, I see what you're saying. No, I was, okay,
Yeah.
I had the date mixed up.
Maybe you got
Because
confused
on
with the last week.
Thursday, when they talk about them, they decide to put them on the warrant, or make sure they're on the warrant.
Correct.
Then we're gonna look at them and make our recommendation, what we're thinking.
Yes, on
that Thursday
Monday.
night.
So on Monday, we will know if they're going to move forward with them
Oh.
or not. So the warrant that we give you guys on Thursday night, it'll already be indicated whether or not those four are gonna stay or go. We'll already know.
So the warrant you get emailed to you on Tuesday, several days
Thank you,
prior,
thank you.
Yes.
will be the final document
Correct.
for Thursday night's meeting.
So the selectmen are gonna do these Monday night and decide which will be on the warrant, which won't.
Yes, that's the only opportunity they have to either,
It's a public hearing. They're
Yeah.
not deciding whether to
I
place it or
understand,
not.
I'm just saying,
That's
it's
the public
different
hearing.
than, we do it a little different every time we seem to. Okay, all right.
So will we be asked to give a yay or a nay on these?
if
Yes.
they stay on the warrant, then yes.
Sounds like it's gonna cost us money. You wanted a straw poll.
Always.
We gotta talk about, when we get together on Thursday, we're gonna have to ask if it's gonna cost us any money, you know? Okay,
Don't know that right away.
no, we won't.
You know that, like that bridge.
Yes, the bridge from,
Now it's costing us money, but don't worry, it's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah, but every time we'd have a vote, there's a letter like this, and there's something supposed to be done after the fact, doesn't get done, and then somebody complains about it 3 months, whatever, it happens all the time, so.
Well, you know, and,
it's-
and
And it's
the other-
pushed to the last date, it always
And
happens.
the other point is that grass didn't take and they're giving him until spring to get it
Right.
done, which means it's already been passed maybe at town meeting, and if he doesn't do it, there's no recourse.
there's no teeth in there, well, no.
That's why I was asking about the trees, cause if the trees are on the public right of way, they were part of the plan, they should be there. 'Cause the people that are doing the houses should know that here's the plan that he's going by and there's a tree in front of the house. But if you're supposed to be
But
making
if
this,
the homeowner doesn't want the tree,
if it's on the public right of way, it's up to the town
oh,
to
don't
decide.
worry, because the leaves only go on the public right away.
I didn't say that.
And the roots.
I didn't say that. But the whole purpose of the development plan, and you have trees in the plan, is to make it look aesthetically pleasing.
If it's any help to you guys, I just posted the select board packet today for Monday's meeting. There is a ton of information in there that might help you inform your decision in case they do get placed on the warrant.
Okay. Moving along slowly. So here's the recommendations for the CIPC's second thing.
Wait, where are we at now?
Can we go through these? Can we follow the warrant and then we can go through these as supplemental to the
If you'd like
warrant
to,
articles?
yeah, that's not a problem.
Oh,
It just will make it easier, because then we can read what it is and
Well,
go.
there's only one more thing, right?
No.
Yeah, but there's
the
there's
All right,
warrant articles. for
not a problem. So let's go through the warrant. Article 1.
Oh,
Let's start off with this page right here, Tom.
I didn't go, yeah, I see it now. I didn't go down deep enough.
There's a lot of paper.
When I saw this, I thought that was it, so. Okay,
Previous bills from the past, from the previous year. We talked about them the other night. We had got details of each one of them. I mean,
I'm gonna ask questions, cause that's my middle name, sorry. So, maybe Seth, maybe Tamika, you know, this Weston and Sampson for public, DPW for 920. I know it's coming out of retained earnings for water sewer, but it seems like we needed to have Weston and Sampson come in to take care of something that wasn't done correctly by a different electrician. Did we try to get after them for this $920, or?
the previous
It's just-
electrician, you're saying.
Yeah, the backup says that there was an electrician that came in and just didn't do it right, and so now we called in Weston and Sampson and they fix it to the tune of
so I think the
$920.
supporting information has a Weston and Sampson invoice that comes up to $920.
Correct, but they were the second,
Yes,
they were the team B that came in.
So is this Weston and Sampson, are these two people that were actually tradesmen doing this
Yes.
electrical work? Or was
I think
this
so.
engineering work that Weston and Sampson
they were
did?
both electricians according to their title on the second page. Brian and Tommy.
So the work was done in May and they didn't bill us until after the fact?
Invoice is dated September 22nd.
Second. Well, they're really up on their invoicing, huh?
It's scary. The front page is dated June 30th, but then you go to the back and it's
Yeah.
September 22nd. I was like, oh, that's how we did it. Don't worry. I was like, oh, that's how we're gonna sneak it through.
So again, an observation, I'm sure there's no answer.
I think that's a valid point. If the last guy didn't do it right, why did we pay him? Well, we wouldn't know him what the hell, but I'm
And how
just
long,
saying.
how long ago was the work done?
Right, and if
And
that's
what
the
was the
case,
warranty on it?
Right, if there was one.
Well, it wouldn't be a warranty there if he didn't do it right from square one. He didn't do it right.
We can certainly,
Previous electrician did not wire multi-voltage motor correctly.
I guess I look at this through my lens. If I had somebody come in and do something to screw it up in my house, and had to call somebody else in, I'd probably.
The real question is, was his subrogation back to the previous electrician to recoup some of the
Right.
original money spent?
I think that's a valid question that
I can
we should
answer.
bring up.
Yep.
And then the other three items seem to be something that maybe a purchase order system may fix going forward,
Correct.
that we wouldn't be
Absolutely.
losing.
Well, and review, somebody in finance, to me, you review your expenses, you know this 583 comes in every month, you don't have 12, you only have. That's me, I do that in year end.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, whoops, gotta accrue that one.
I guess I just,
Yeah, so
you know,
that,
if you make a mistake like this, I would have been asked, what steps you taking to have this not happen again?
And I think we know what they're doing now, which is gonna change.
Good questions.
And again, I'm just
Nope,
putting
absolutely.
it out there.
The comment from legal counsel was, as long as there was money left in these accounts at the end of the fiscal year, it's only a majority vote, not a 2/3. So,
The other thing that we had encumbered,
well, we're still on Article 1, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay, so that's what my question was, how come if these were out, well, I know this probably goes back to what your thing said about the PO system, but shouldn't this money have been encumbered at the end of the year for work, somebody had to say, get this work done.
Answer is no.
No, I'm
Especially
assuming
if it
it
was-
wasn't.
Which one are you
Why
talking
wasn't it,
about?
I guess?
Tom?
Any
like
one
it was
of-
done
any
on
one of
June
them.
20 something.
And I think that's why we kinda went kicking and screaming about this PO system and this Vadar and why aren't we using it to its potential when we heard about all these things, and this relates back to that,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Yes, definitely. And I guess another thing is if we look at retained earning, or if we look at the ending of fiscal year 25, if we're taking free cash on top of other, so we've moved things over, right? We've increased some of these budget line items. Should this money actually come out of those increased budget line items? Because it almost seems like we're double dipping if
That's a good
we've got
point.
another article to move things and increase line items for 26, but we're based on 25. I just,
Well, may I speak? So in current fiscal year, we're now, for instance, the treasure collector's lockbox, he's budgeted for 12 months. Whether the bill came in late or whatever, he only paid 11 last year. 1 month carried over, closed out, and we're just asking to pay that back. So I wouldn't ask to cut his
No,
current budget.
no, and I agree.
Yeah, so-
What I was saying with
Yeah.
that was, you kind of go through your expenses
Oh, I
and go,
agree. Yep.
we missed this, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I don't think they had-
Financial, you know,
I don't
kinda
think
do
they
it.
had a system to do it.
They did.
Well, they
They didn't use it properly then.
yeah, but if you're paying the same, as an accountant, if you're paying the same amount every single month, you look at your months and you go, oops, I've got one every single month, ooh, it's not in here, where is it? So I agree the PO system will help because it'll show what's outstanding, but still, when you're looking on a monthly, that should have been caught. It's a mistake, people are human.
but that's if they use a PO for this, which
they probably didn't.
Probably won't. Even going forward, they may not.
They would probably do the bulk thing at the end of the year and divide it over 12 months, the way we were talking the other night, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They would divide it out over 12 months and they would
Just
understand
pay
that
that
they,
invoice every month, not,
Yeah.
yes.
it doesn't need a PO, so it still needs something, some kind of check.
All right. I guess we have some questions, so we really can't answer this one. Or which way we wanna what we would like to do, unless someone wants to make a motion contrary to that, I think we should just,
No, I just had one more comment, because I have to put this in there, because see, the other thing is, it's easy to take it out of water and sewer to retain earnings, because there's money there.
Well, that's where the bill would have been paid, out of water and sewer.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, it's simple to do it when, and it says this Missions Communications was, according to this invoice, this is back in November this was done. Did I read this correctly? Nothing we can do about it, we gotta pay the bills, but.
You're talking the $415?
Correct.
Yeah, that was 11 of last year, which I was like, yeah, prove it.
Well, I guess, do they really want their money? Because
well, their accountant caught it.
maybe, yes, if they've closed.
I mean, we didn't call them and say, hey, we didn't pay it. Their accountant caught it, right, in my mind.
Maybe, but,
Well, how else would,
no, it could, you're right, it could be. But they should also be aware when something's given a PO or a purchase order or a verbal, in this case was a verbal, but whatever, when you're getting at the end of, June, but I'm just saying, people should say to these vendors, look we have to close our books out, you better make sure you get your invoices in.
how did you do it back in the day? Did you issue a PO?
Kept track of it, and I just,
Green
what they
ledger
was
sheet.
just saying, here, you knew if you had a monthly amount.
Red
I
pencil.
always kept a separate amount, and made sure you were deducting from it every month.
Yeah, but those green ledger sheets
So you have the year's amount there. And at the end of June, you had to encumber the funds. If you weren't gonna be able to get the invoice in before you get, the accountant has a
How many years has Carl Christensen been gone?
long time now.
2008
Okay,
ice storm.
so, okay, that, I didn't wanna, but I knew, sorta. Mission Communications bills it to Carl Christensen, sends it to Joe Buckley, and sends it to the DPW at 17 Palmagussit Road. Who, when Joe left, who has his emails being delegated into?
Still go. They go to Chris.
They go to Chris?
Yeah.
So, did they email this?
Who knows?
Okay.
That might be Cal Christensen Junior. The son, I mean, not the Cal Christian you're talking about
Oh,
that
that's a
left.
very fair point, because he's the foreman.
He's all
Okay.
over the
Yeah.
2 pages later.
I know, and I get that, I just,
That's right.
you know, I get that.
I still get bills for the fire department with Tommy's name on it, so.
No, and I get it, but believe me, I'm not saying I don't get ones for people before me,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean, if they're,
I am really hoping this system that we spent an hour of our life the other night is gonna make this problems go away, that's all.
only if it's forced to have to be used.
And
If it's not gonna be forced to be used,
I think the
it will be a
acting town-
workaround.
well, I think
And
the-
I don't mean,
No, I know.
it's,
I think the acting town administrator wants it to be used so he doesn't have to deal with this again.
and I get that. However, as we all know, people change. And things change after that, because we used to
Well, they're
have
gonna be-
access to Vadar, and then that went away. So it all depends upon who sits and where and how long.
And hopefully the sun comes up tomorrow morning and it's not cloudy. I mean, what are we gonna do? I can't
Get it,
change
but
it.
I
We
mean-
gotta do, you know what we gotta do? And I understand where you're going, Karen, but we gotta hope for the best. We gotta have a half glass full, and we hope that they do what we're paying for and they do their job. Because you are 100% correct, the next doesn't do it, or,
We spend all this money and we're not gonna use it, but you know, that's
But there it
hopefully
is.
not.
Come for another day.
Exactly, but
That's gonna be a couple of these, like I said, just because I know we still gotta do it, and I don't wanna spend a lot of time on it, but if we don't say something here so that the word gets back to the people doing it,
absolutely.
they have to know about it.
Absolutely.
I think of one last question on the $600 bill. Should that be divided between water, sewer, and, I don't know, who pays the bills for the Muskapog station? Is that water, sewer? Is that part town? I guess because not everything was, it looked like there was 4 backflows looked at. One was the public safety building, DPW garage, which has its own line, and then one was water department, the raw water pump station, and then the water treatment plant had two, so.
So the two that are missing is the public safety building and the highway department. The bill is $300 each for each inspection. Backflow preventer.
Those are, okay, backflow inspections,
Inspections, yes,
and they're gonna be paid by the individual,
correct.
correct, that's
Yep.
where they should be paid.
The funding source,
And the water treatment plant gets paid out of the water account.
So that should, whatever, so the water treatment plant, that charge should go to water sewer, not
We're
to
only
free
doing
cash.
public safety and highway department.
Well, that's just.
No, we're
that's
doing
just
all of
asking
them.
for
We
the
are doing all
we're
of
doing
it.
all of them, yeah.
Okay, well
sorry.
then this isn't right.
Yeah.
All
Now,
right,
what's not right, Ken?
The funding source?
The funding source isn't right. It says public safety purchase services and highway department purchase services.
But some should
Because
go
that's
to
where the two
water sewer.
backflow preventers are that Seth just said.
But he just said we're doing all of them.
Right, but all the other ones, when they get done, they're gonna get billed to those buildings.
The water treatment plant.
That's under the system, it's under the water treatment plant system.
So I think what's happening is, if I may, the other departments that are non-water departments are essentially paying the water department back. So the water department isn't paying itself, the other departments are paying the water department back for the service that they provided.
But this is last year's. Right?
Yeah,
Fiscal
so,
25.
so like the public safety building, the 120, that should be free cash. The DPW garage should be 120 free cash.
So it's 120.
The water department should be water retained earnings.
Okay.
And the treatment plant should be water retained earnings. And then the water treatment plant should be retained earnings as well. So $240 should be from free cash and the remaining balance of the 600 from retained earnings. So we can clean that up in the language. Good catch. So what you may see is a different grouping
Right.
of free cash and then water retained earnings. Yep. Okay.
well, at least it's coming out of the right
Yeah,
department.
correct.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, do we wanna make a recommendation with the changes we said, or what would we like to do on this one, guys?
I'm happy to just say yay to it, but I think there's, like I said, that needs to be fixed.
Yep.
And I think that there's just a little tightening up of the books.
So as
The
a
year.
straw poll, are we in favor?
I don't
Article one, you
I don't
want,
think,
right?
Article one, as a straw poll.
we don't have a choice, right? They have to be paid,
Yes,
so
but
we just.
yes,
I would say I'd make a
Favorable.
tentative motion
favorable,
favorable on this.
okay. All those
gonna
in
go
favor
until-
of a straw poll, it's not necessarily a motion right now, it's just a straw poll, cause we'll make our motions. And then no one can question, like Karen had mentioned, which is a good point. So,
I-
alright, so we are, as a straw poll, we are favorable of this. Okay, good. I think that's what, unless someone has an argument against the way doing it with a straw poll, I think we're safer. We can't be pinned down, how's that? And not that we would be, but, okay. Number two,
I'll try to get you the answers before the meeting as well.
Okay.
this is the one to the stabilization fund, which we really requested happen, and it happened, it's going to happen.
Select board supported it at their Monday night meeting as well.
So I'd like to take a straw poll on number two. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Alright, so
And
that,
that requires 2/3.
Yes.
yep,
There's a question on that, town council said it does not, it's majority vote in, majority vote out now. It's been changed,
Oh,
so.
alright. The next one.
No, I'm
Go ahead.
I don't wanna, but, so this is the one we said we're gonna replace what from last year's amount that we took out of.
And then we were gonna add,
And then we're gonna add this year's in.
We didn't take anything out of general stabilization last year. So we're putting 5% of last year's free cash, 5% of this year's free cash, no additional funds.
But it's going back into that,
The general stabilization,
oh,
okay?
okay, never mind.
No, that's fine. Good question.
Okay, yep, I see, yep.
All right, so 3 is another one that we really thought that was a good idea. And it kind of tells us the percentages for the both the 2 years. I don't have a problem having a vote for a straw poll on that one. All those in favor?
I,
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Anyone opposed?
What annual town meeting was the police cruiser doing?
This past one, yeah. So the 90,000 was taken out. And it was actually 50,000 for the cruisers and 40,000 for, assessors,
The vision appraisal, I believe?
yes, it was, yeah, so.
You changed anything else?
You will change that word, we'll fix that word, yep.
So,
Yep.
OPEB, is that how you say it?
OPEB.
Peb,
OPEB is just benefits, correct?
Mhm.
All right,
Other post-employment benefit.
yes, I just, but that's all it is, there's nothing else, right?
Nope.
No,
And that's, okay. I think that's one of those ones we gotta do. And I think actually 4 and 5 are the same thing.
So 4 is a yes.
Whoa, all those in favor of the straw poll, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Anyone opposed? Okay, good. 5 is just the water and sewer OPEB. OPEB. It's a weird way to say it. Does anyone have any issues with that? I'll take a straw poll. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, good. Article 6 is the compensation that we didn't give them last year, correct?
this current fiscal year.
In this current fiscal year.
Oh, sorry. And that's for the full year, not half year. So it would pay them the first quarter, first half, and then if the member chose to accept it.
I don't know.
The only question I have,
Go ahead, Tommy.
under the select board, I think, doesn't that $3,000 carry over from the days when there was only 3 people and they used to get 1,000 apiece or something like that?
Oh, no.
It's 1,500 once upon a time.
Okay, never mind.
We cut it in half, I don't know how many years ago.
Well, if
do
they
you
had-
have any inkling that some aren't going to not take it? Is that why you mentioned that?
I know one that is not allowed to take it because he's received payment for other services from the town in another area. So he had to choose one or the other.
And these were done by the previous town administrator, or was this a vote of the select board, recommendation of the select board?
The budget that was presented at the annual town meeting zero funded these accounts. And because this is at a special town meeting, it requires a 2/3 vote.
Hey, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's $7,800, but we're gonna be scratching for every penny, so. I guess it's funny to me that we're one of the only ones. We spend as much time as any one of these boards and we get zero.
Be a conflict of interest if we did, so.
I don't think so.
I disagree. It's no different. The select board does everything and they get paid.
And they're elected. That's an elected
I don't know if it's a,
board.
I don't necessarily agree, well, doesn't matter. I just, striking, well, interesting to me. All those in favor of, in a straw poll vote of Article 6, say aye.
Aye.
I have to abstain. And it
Okay,
has to be noted, please.
Yeah.
in a straw poll.
Has
even-
to be
In
noted.
a straw poll even, Karen?
Yep.
Okay. All those opposed?
I voted against it last time. I'm torn.
Okay,
I probably won't make up my mind until next Thursday, so.
okay,
That's fine.
that's fine. So at this point here, with no one opposed, then,
23rd meeting.
yeah,
Perfect.
okay. Article 7,
Through the chair.
go ahead, sir.
If there's a split vote on any articles, instead of favorably, would you like favorably, but you want the vote, number of people in favor, do you want that in parentheses, so people know?
In the past, the finance committee has not done that. That's in the past. I can just tell you what we've done in the past. It all depends upon what everybody else
How do you
wants.
feel about
Yeah.
it? That's now.
But see, what you're saying is because Tim's on the planning board, correct?
That is correct.
Abstaining.
I
Okay.
have to.
No, because you're not voting on him individually. This number pertains to all 5 members equally and the same. So
I was told
No,
by
I'm just saying-
the state I have to abstain.
as many times as I've heard that, I'm just telling you what I know, what I've heard.
I know what she's heard, but I just took that training for, I've been struggling for all those months. And taking that training, I don't think you have to abstain. But, hold on, that being said, you asked and they told you.
Right.
So you
We
have
can
to
have
follow
a
that direction.
conversation offline. I am not gonna have that conversation on TV.
No, that's
Oh,
fine.
right.
I just
No.
recall, Lyndon and anybody, Tom, Gavin, all
It's,
of them.
we
would do
don't have
that
to worry
and then-
about it.
yep.
Just move on, please.
It's more, it's comfortable, you're good.
That's fine.
good.
I agree with you. I know what you're saying.
All right. Article 7. I had wanted, and Darren wanted the bare bones going into this to whatever we could. And as long as I didn't want to be overspending our free cash because we had it, right? So,
Again, through the chair, this 407,000 is not free cash. The 407, that's
we're gonna increase the levy.
through local receipt, not taxation. It will not have any impact on the tax rate
This year,
at all,
ever.
as long as that local receipts money comes in again next year, which it's projected to.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. Anybody have any
Also
other?
remember that this is like halfway between what Donna felt comfortable with and what she was like, there's 10 cents left in the bank account. So
That's where, that's
I
where we
think
got
this
to
is
this
now in
number, right?
between, this 407 is in between that, so.
Yep.
We're playing with fire, perhaps. It could all work out,
Right.
or it could backfire.
At Monday's select board meeting, Donna was there, the select board, she gave the explanation to the select board. The select board felt unanimous that this was within, Donna felt very comfortable that she would sign it. DOR would have no questions on it. She usually likes to be 80 to 85% of what estimated revenues to be is what she would like to put. This is at like 92, 93%. And we will be presenting to you first quarter revenue and expenditures in the next couple weeks. And revenue, what's coming in already in the first quarter, is way ahead of where we already anticipated. So, some good news there.
But are any of those incoming revenue or the revenues that will be in the first quarter not, when we won't see those again for the rest?
So you get like more vehicle excise taxes,
Once.
and, no, you get them twice.
Twice.
You get them twice.
Once now and then once in
Once after,
April, May.
yes,
So we collect them,
yeah.
goes, and then they give us half, and then they give us half?
So basically, if people
alright?
buy new
That's been
cars
good?
during the year, your excise tax goes out twice in a year. So if you buy a new car,
Understood.
between now and January, you'll
don't make it
miss
home, call me.
the first excise tax that comes out
It's
in
your birthday,
January.
you gotta be
So
able
the
to-
next one will come out
know.
late April, May.
Couple
So
hours.
to catch up for the people that bought
Happy
cars now.
birthday early.
So, because all that information comes from the registry, so it takes a while.
Please note that Ted's leaving because he's not feeling well at the moment. All right. I guess the debate is, do we feel, I mean, if she feels comfortable,
Well, what didn't, there was it the 2025 budget, we had money left over that wasn't used. So if it wasn't used last year, there must have been a good reason that it was budgeted and not spent. So why do we need to put it all back in if it wasn't needed? Did I clarify that right?
Because I think that in some cases, we're bringing it back up to net zero, and in other cases, we're giving them more than they would have even
These
spent.
numbers are doing that?
I don't think anything's going
Some-
above.
Nothing's
some
going above
cases.
last year, none of, other than what is being put in as free cash as one-time expenses.
I was told
right.
that it wasn't, but we're gonna find out in a
That's what I
second.
thought it wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe Cal can,
It's all right.
her fingers are moving on that.
It's all right, I can circle back, or
Oh,
don't
it's
wait.
all right.
Don't wait, move on.
Do we have a,
The wording in Article 7, the 287,000 would change to the 407 at the bottom in the chart.
okay,
Yeah, that's a
a typo?
typo, yep.
All right. Is this straw poll, do we wanna make a recommendation
On Article 7,
on Article 7?
yeah, I'd say yes.
All those in favor, please say aye as a straw poll,
I don't know.
I'm not ready.
okay? Why don't we just leave this one? There's one nay, one I don't know. I don't have a problem not making a straw poll recommendation with this, if everybody's, are you good with that, Karen? Well, you did. We're just trying to get a feeling, right?
Right, fine with it. It's
Good.
stressful.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on to 8.
Can somebody answer me the question why DPW can do this storage closet, but couldn't do the storage closet in the basement of town hall that we had to bring in RH White to do? Cause it had to be prevailing wage and blah, 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 blah.
I can't answer that question.
Can we get that answer?
So now, say it again?
But you're asking for an answer you can't get because we don't have that DPW superintendent here to answer that question.
Somebody should be able to know why we had to do prevailing wage and put it out versus having DPW do it.
I
It's
think
another
that,
interim TA, and it was a former DPW supervisor, so.
And-
And at the
I
time,
think
they
that
may
he-
not have been fully staffed in order to do the work.
it
Are
may
we
be-
fully staffed in the DPW now?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. And everything,
With the exception of injury, but yes.
Well, I guess the other point to that is, from what I see, this is only for materials. The town's not paying or
Right.
offsetting any DPW
Right.
expenses for this, so
We have building,
guess-
they do building maintenance on all town buildings.
So I would, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that the previous superintendent thought that that's the way the project should be done. And that's why they went that way. The acting superintendent right now, DPW superintendent and the town administrator thinks it can be done this way, and they're good. So while I agree with Karen's question, it's just two different ways of looking at it.
If I may, it may have had to do with procurement with the dollar amount as well, cause I believe Karina's closet was around $15,000. But 60?
No, it was not.
Oh,
It was
like
15,000 because it came from ARPA.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember clearly exactly.
But my whole
what it
thing
is.
comes in where that closet's probably not gonna be any bigger than this closet.
It's half the size.
And the other one was more expensive because of the prevailing wage.
Prevailing
Yeah,
wage,
I would say
that's
probably
the whole thing.
2/3 of it was probably wage.
And that's.
Precisely,
and
and
for
that's thus my question, because I'm like, well,
And
wait
for
a
some
second, are we gonna
reason-
get,
They wanted to go that route, and that's the way they did it. Well, we had ARPA money then.
But another example is the former town administrator had the DPW build a wall in our building to split up the two offices, and that was done during business hours by DPW staff, and we just paid for materials. So it's not unprecedented that they've done something
That's
similar.
okay to do it
path.
that way. There's nothing wrong with that.
Just of note, if this is not metal or, I don't know who could talk with Anita, but if this is like board,
Yeah, that basement moisture will eat it up.
well, not only that, but they sag. So now you're gonna
I
have to
get
flip
some in
them
my
over
garage that
because
have a
this weight,
dip-de-doodle
because I
that's-
have some in my basement and flip them over and let them go down this way. It's all particle board, so, but if this is a metal or, that would be perfect, but they'll be
There's no
falling.
real good description.
It says metal, but I think that might be just the
Well, it
frame.
could be that frame.
I think it's just the frame, not the
All right,
backside shots.
is that straw poll, how do we feel about Article 8? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yep.
Okay. So, with a vote of 4-1.
I don't give a crap, I stand behind it.
No,
I stand behind it, Tommy.
no, it's, with a vote of 4-1. Like it.
It's only a straw poll.
It's only a straw poll. We
Right.
can, just trying to get a feeling so that we look good when we go there in a week. See if the town will transfer 1,600. I don't know that we have a lot of choice in this. We gotta bind that crap.
What were we looking for not too long ago that they couldn't find? There were a couple of things that they could not find that would needed to be found for one of the annual town meeting things, and I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm sorry I didn't have a lot of time to go back through my notes.
Don't know the answer to that question.
I mean, as much as we say we should put in, you know, we should put in the this and the that and the this and the that into our budget, the $1,600 a year should be in the budget every year, because it keeps coming up. And then I know when we were looking for something, and damn it, it's gonna kill me, she couldn't find it.
Is this,
A document?
was this 1,600 that taken out by the previous administration, and that's why it's not?
No, this article usually comes up every 4 to 5 years. So it's not necessary to be in the budget every single year.
But then take every year, put it in to bind it and just get it done.
This is put into it, like, it's bound as a book.
I know.
So you can't do 1 year as a book. They do like 5 or 6 years all together and they bind them.
I'm gonna go
You
back
know,
through my notes and
so-
find out what we couldn't find, but there were some stuff that no one could find that needed, it had to do with,
Yeah,
Wachusett Road.
I was wondering if it was.
That's what it was, Wachusett Road, they couldn't find stuff. And that was back far enough that that should have been bound by now.
That little devil road.
I think this number, like what you said, was taken out trying to find numbers to make the budget round. This was taken out last year.
Well, it would have been under purchase services, so I don't know if we would have seen that as a separate.
That's
I
just
thought-
all
I
lumped
remember hearing
together,
something
right?
about that, maybe, but unless we find out for sure.
Okay, I'd like to take a vote on a straw poll. All those in favor?
Article 8,
Article 9.
Article 9. Aye.
All those opposed? Okay,
I do, is it required by MGL to bind these? Digital doesn't work? Like to have them scanned and,
I believe it's.
I'm shocked
Depends
this town
on the
hasn't been.
type of document.
Yeah.
There are some documents that you have to legally keep as paper records.
Yep.
And who knows
And
how
that's what I
much
was
digital's
just- I
gonna
was-
change going
Yeah.
forward too.
And if it helps, we have asked all of the department heads who have a request on the article to come to next week's meeting, so you would be able to ask these questions directly of them.
all right. I would say I don't know what to do. We're not gonna vote on that one.
On 10.
Or on 9. On 10,
Well, I would wait till the 23rd to hear the explanation.
on 9.
On 10, I'm sorry.
Oh, so,
We're on 9.
Oh, I thought you voted on 9.
No.
no, we were stuck on 9. We didn't, we're just putting that
Is
in a
it fair to
holding
put
pattern.
undecided for now?
Yes,
Okay.
undecided for now. Number 10.
I don't. Philosophy, I don't think we should be spending free cash or any reserves. Any one-time monies, let's put it that way, on personnel hiring.
You know, wait till May.
I know it got voted down in May, but this is only for a half a year. And I think there's another large piece of funding that's missing from this. It does say that it includes a holiday pay, but it doesn't talk about anything that it's going to do to the benefits budget.
That's a good point.
How did the selectmen feel about this one?
They're waiting for the explanation.
I think we should wait for the explanation too before we say anything. Sound good, everybody? Unless you're opposed. Flip it over to number 11.
I would do the same with this.
We're gonna wait
Oh,
until the
okay.
next meeting to talk to the chief.
This is gonna be an explanation on the 23rd for this one as well. The town administrator acting town administrator just said, so why don't we wait on this one too? Unless someone has developed your questions,
I have a question.
go.
So we pay them, pay for their education. I'm assuming we're paying their salary while they're sitting there learning too, or not?
If they are, so say the class is for the day, they're allowed to leave their shift to go to the class. On their days off, it's on their own.
Okay.
But this is the cost of tuition, not
Right.
their hourly
Well,
pay.
that's, I know.
Yeah.
So what if we pay for them, they get their certification and they go, oh, thank you very much, and they go get a job someplace else?
No, there's no way around that. It's no different than hiring someone, putting them through the full-time police academy and having
There
them walk out
is,
the door.
there are ways to do it.
Not after they're hired. You can make it part of the condition of an initial offer letter. When they're offered that they have a certain amount of time to successfully pass. If we fund it, you must stay here for 3 years.
Well, that's what
Town of
I'm
Westminster does it that
That's
way.
where I'm going. If we're paying for them to become a paramedic,
Yeah.
so right now they're what, EMTs on
Correct.
site? So they're EMTs, they're not paramedics yet.
Correct.
So in order to become a paramedic, we pay you, but you have to stay here for X amount of time.
Right. You can't do that because they're already existing employees. You can only make that a condition of an offer.
To switch their jobs up a level to a
Yeah.
paramedic?
So if we offer.
Is that mass law or the union
That's labor,
contract?
that's labor law. So, the only, you
That
can't
doesn't sound right.
bind someone to a job if you give them it's no different than your employee sends you,
Yeah.
for class and
me,
you
this
walk out
is-
the door, that's
No.
just.
If they're paying for my education, I had to sign a promissory note that I would stay for so long, otherwise I had to pay back my education. That's how I got my master's degree.
And I got
But is
mine
that
with
is
paying.
that legal with what he just said?
Yeah, they might have made you sign it, but couldn't they enforce it?
Is it enforceable?
That's the other thing.
Yeah, it is enforceable. I signed a promissory note. I know we went back after people who left and we got the cash. It's completely enforceable.
I had to pay my education up front and then get
And then
reimbursed.
reimbursed.
And then get reimbursed.
I personally think that's the way it should be. There's
Maybe at the
there's
grades.
other ways of handling this as well through the contract. That if once they go from an EMT to a paramedic, there's a significant price increase. So you could hold back that price for X number of years,
Right.
until that tuition, but again,
You have to prove that through their contract.
correct, that would have to be done through,
We could check with town
negotiations.
council.
Have we gotten a decision on that? Whether we could-
She says,
That's a question. There's enough time. Why couldn't we? That's mass labor law. If you're saying it's mass labor law, that's a legit question to ask.
It's Massachusetts labor law, not union labor law.
It's not union, it's not, I'll get the answer.
We could ask the town
We
accountant.
just did-
I mean, town accountant,
Because as Lynn says, and then
Yeah, but
we expend all this money, we're covering shifts.
Right.
One way or another, we're covering shifts.
Yeah.
And then when they go out in the field, it's probably gonna be even more. What if they don't pass
Oh, I know,
their certificate?
I agree.
And I think you get 2 shots at it, and if you don't do it,
and how many
you
would
don't
this
get it.
be to do it?
3.
3 of them.
So I just, and then we're gonna be paying them more money. And if there's a shortage in the state, they pay $20,000 more, we've lost them in
We've
a matter of a
educated them.
moment. And we've educated them to be able to get that. There's gotta be some fail-safe for Rutland.
I think we should ask town council the question, and is there a way to do this legally? What we wanna put teeth in it, however that we say that.
And we're not giving them a hard time. I'm all for education, but I want to protect the town too.
And then the other thing is that I think, and I'll say this, when we moved to a couple of people getting sick payout at retirement, I knew it was gonna be a door to everybody else getting it, and we've got that now in town, and I think that paying for education for paramedic school is gonna open the door to somebody that wants an MBA or go to get the MPH, or,
Yeah, but why,
so we've gotta safeguard it, not
right,
that
but
that
I'm
is
just
a
saying,
no,
why
we've got
wouldn't we
to-
want anybody that employed for the town to get more educated? Whether it's a paramedic, whether it's anybody, right? I mean.
So what
from-
happens if the fire chief decides he wants to go, not this one, but the fire chief decides he wants to go to get his accounting degree?
Well, we would have to, we would,
No,
Not that
job
it's gonna
related.
happen, I'm trying to make it seem like that,
yeah.
or
is it gonna directly affect?
Tamika wants to become a paramedic, the company, does the town gonna pay for that too? We're not, it's
Well,
not gonna
It's a
benefit.
case by case basis.
But I think it needs to be looked at more as a general HR policy.
It does, it has to be
As-
very.
as
It has to
as
be
a
job related.
Job related
Yeah.
in your field of,
Precisely,
yep.
because-
You went off, I
And
didn't
you
even
said
think
it
you
should
were gonna
be
go there.
more
What you just said to
reimbursable.
me was totally different than what I was thinking. I was thinking of promoting within themselves, not saying we're completely changing our job class. I agree with you there.
Right.
But within your job class, you should be able to continue your education in my mind.
But I think they need, some skin in the
But
game.
there has
too.
to be
Pay
some
out of
skin in the
pocket-
game,
Pay
yes.
out of
I agree.
pocket and
Yeah.
get reimbursed.
Right.
Totally.
You don't want someone,
You had to get a B, you have to,
What, however that works, so
there's a lot of rules.
let's ask the question.
Yeah.
We got that guy for a
What
reason.
is the bump
Chairman?
in salary?
10%.
10%
10%.
increase in salary.
I
So
don't
for
think
about
we
5
should ask
years,
that
we
question.
could
We should
hire
ask
from
Seth
outside a
Go
paramedic
through
and
whatever
save
he's
money,
gonna do and ask that question.
rather than putting our
I mean,
own
I think
that's
person.
what he was-
I
No,
mean, that's
can't-
something that they
there's
have
no
to
after-
worry
Yeah,
about.
there's
he
no
was gonna-
Pool, that's the problem.
It's a
If there
question we
was.
have, we'd like
I
an
mean,
answer
There
to,
could
but it
be in
shouldn't
5
be
years.
them doing it.
Yes.
And is this a one-time thing, or is this going to be a continual? And again, if it's gonna be a continual thing, that we're going to have this program, I think it needs to be budgeted, not come out of free cash.
Right, because if you do vote this in right here, I mean, It's gonna continue on.
And is that the
And like
plan?
Seth, and like
Well,
Seth
if you
said, it's
vote
part
this
of
in,
the HR
you'd still have to
policy.
do it again, Tommy,
Yes.
I
right?
agree. It should be available to any employee.
Exactly.
That's
And there
my-
should be,
Yes.
and there should be rules, and I
Correct,
agree.
and it should be
It should be.
reimbursable upon complete, successfully passing.
Yep,
If we can do it, I'm all in favor of that.
But these same conversations go on in every town that I know of, from the fire department sides, and there's as many different answers as there are questions.
And the police is the same way.
And police is the same way, and there's all different ways of doing it. You know, you people go and do it, yeah, we'll pay you, but we're not gonna pay it till you pass the course and that kind of stuff, like you just said, so.
We've-
And what
we've-
happens if they have to stop their education because something came up?
Right, yeah.
I mean, there's a
Totally agree.
lot of things to
There's
look at.
tons of things.
And maybe
We could
that's
be on the
a
hook for an awful lot of money
HR
and get no,
policy.
and get no benefit
And
from it.
none benefits.
The other thing, Seth, is I'm curious if there is such a shortage, are there now programs that you have a current EMT that's working, that can get a scholarship, that can get a grant? I mean, there's a shortage, that money's gotta be coming soon if it's not already available. And as soon as they say the town's paying,
They're not gonna look.
they're not gonna look for it.
Well, there's
All
been,
good questions.
there's been a shortage for a long time, it's getting worse, but this has been going on for
And I don't
years.
disagree that,
Right.
the trip from Rutland or Oakham or wherever we're transporting from can be very long.
And you
And
know,
if you
the funny
have
thing,
somebody
every,
that can do life-saving on board, then it's a good thing.
every June and July, it's the annual shuffle of people between this one, that one. You know, I'm in Acton working in something in Acton, and the fire chief, she says to me, you guys got any paramedics that wanna come to Acton? You know,
They'll pay more?
but everybody's doing it. We shift police and fire every year,
Yep.
get shifted. All right, we can move on to 12. Do you know what this one's all about, Seth? Do you have an explanation?
So in FY '28, there were two, on the capital plan, there were two pickup trucks. One for the water and sewer department and one for the fire department. During the budget discussions last year, they asked the DPW if they would accept the pickup truck from the fire department in exchange to take theirs off in next year and then buy the fire department a new truck a year early. The reason for that is the amount of use that the pickup truck would get by the water and sewer department would be very little. And they would be replacing a 2013 police cruiser that they were handed down. So again, it would extend the life of this asset through another department, and then just basically replace the fire department truck a year early.
So the
It'll
poor
give-
DPW
It'll
gets
give them a regular,
hand-me-downs.
I mean, the truck's in fine shape. They'll get another 7 years out of it with no problem. And they're taking the plow, the lights, everything on it, and they're just changing the red to amber on the lenses. So they're getting a turnkey
they're gonna
vehicle.
paint it?
I don't, that's up to them. They'll probably get Zerko to do it for free or something.
Yeah. Okay,
It'll probably be green in a couple weeks.
So if this, why do we give it to water sewer? Because that's where it said, why do we give it to water sewer versus having their
Retained earnings pay
retained earnings?
residual value.
Pay something for it. I mean,
That's a,
because if it doesn't say that it's a DPW.
Right, I know.
It says it's a water sewer truck, so.
Yeah. That could be looked at as far as, town could recoup that through, indirect costs next year as well.
In what?
How so?
Indirect costs that are charged to water and sewer are because the town side fronts their insurance and all that other stuff, and then we charge them indirect costs. So we could charge them, you could depreciate the asset over
That's a
7
good-
years and you could spread it out
it's
through
a
depreciation.
good point
Yeah,
that
yeah. But in past practice, they got the cruiser handed to them with it, no funds exchanging hands.
it's a
between
valid
departments.
point that there's money there. And not like, if it went to the DPW, it's a different, in my mind.
And I don't know if the cruiser went to them before the Enterprise was there.
Yeah. Well, Enterprise has always been there for water and where they were separate at the time.
I think we should ask those questions unless anybody has I'm not opposed to this, but I think we have to clarify a couple points that you made that are valid points. And maybe when this transfer goes down, they get the Kelly Blue Book and it goes, however you do it, fairly.
Yeah, well, I think you take the, the residual value. If they're gonna have it for, 7 years, you depreciate it over the 7 years and you just charge that to the indirect costs. And the town recoups it over the next 7 years.
That needs to be
Yep.
written down so it
No, I
doesn't
agree.
get forgotten.
Yep,
On the 6th year.
on 6 years.
No POs.
Or within 6 months.
After the first payment. So we get some questions there. That's good.
Yep.
13.
Oh, 13. I sent proposed language change. The amount that's highlighted in the X, we finally got the quote last week. The amount of money is $222,428. The system will last 15 to 20 years. And the liability of not doing this, we can't provide the district attorney any interviews electronically. We can't record bookings of prisoners. We have no recordings of prisoners in cells.
So it's a liability.
It's a huge liability.
222,258.
Correct.
Okay, just wanna make sure I had the right number.
And
What more?
258 or?
I thought it was
I thought it was
428.
428, I'm sorry,
Okay.
428.
I
If you want to
only
pass.
get three at a
I'll pass the
time.
packet around. So the packet you have in front of you, the supporting documentation was not included in what Tamika did, so I have the whole quote. It's a lot of information, it's a lot of technology that way out of my scope.
Is it gonna give you access?
Yeah, so it's card access to every door in the building, it's security cameras, all 360 of the building.
But we're still gonna be able to get into the public safety building.
Yes, into the lobby, yes, yes.
Listen.
It will lock down in security rights to the armory, to the evidence room, all that would be electronically logged. Cameras outside and cameras on the tower that would overlook the pool field, the town hall parking lot, and there would be one on the telephone pole up front.
Now we can't do anything
So-
fun.
Well, 4th of July will be covered, so.
But,
I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It,
I'm not the expert
I
in
can't
this, so-
find, it was on the CIPC thing, which I've covered up somewhere. It said that it could integrate with other systems, but do we have the other systems?
All the schools have this system.
So it's gonna tie into the
They're
school?
all gonna be tight, yeah, so we'll have access to, currently, we're in the process of getting access to all the school
I
cameras.
was gonna say, is that gonna happen?
Yes, we're finishing the fiber project now, through the fiber grant. No, this will happen this spring.
I don't know, 3 or 4 years we've been talking.
Yes, so it's finally getting done.
And the schools, I think, have been dragging their feet, not you guys.
Correct. The school's using the cameras and the access, now. We're just tying it so we can visually see it from dispatch.
So why
In
are
an
they
emergency
dragging-
or all the time? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry?
They seem to have some privacy issues. You guys get through that?
Yes, they're working that out because it'll be housed on their cameras are housed on their server. And it's just to allow us remote access in is what they're working out, how they're going to segregate that so we don't have access to the whole system.
So when you're saying they're dragging their feet, they're dragging their feet to let us have access into their servers? But wouldn't it benefit for public safety
Correct.
to have the
Yes,
access
and
in?
that was the agreement when we chose to pay for it for our buildings.
Yeah.
And I was gonna
and the
say, that
security
was
our
part of the whole
children.
thing, it's gonna be safe
Yes.
for the
And when-
kids.
So
I get it.
it is.
It's
in the
not
process.
helping you any right now.
Yeah, it is.
They don't allow, because there's a little bit of how much they're working through it. And they know they just wanna have,
Eyes dotted,
I
T's
don't
crossed.
think dispatch has got time to be looking to see who's drinking
No.
coffee at what time, but God forbid.
Yes,
But
it's
God
gonna be
forbid we
only
need
when something
access.
happens,
Right,
we can
God
get-
forbid when we need
yes.
it, we should be able to get it.
Yes.
I don't wanna be saying, oh, well, oops, we didn't get that yet, and then have the
Yes.
worst thing happen.
I'm gonna just say this, you would think. But
Yeah.
that's not,
Dispatch,
that's not unilaterally support
if-
it at this point.
But
But the
Until-
nice thing
spot
is
for
if
that.
that's been found, that's a performance issue that needs to be dealt with that employee, because it wouldn't be something that they should be doing.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Cause there's something that I,
That's why
yeah,
they
I
don't,
can't
they're not
talk about
giving
it
us
now.
access?
they,
Why wouldn't they? The safety of the children. The way I
that's
look
what
at
they
it is,
fought for.
that's the whole thing, is
Yes.
so that
That's
they
how they
can see
sold it
it.
to us.
Right.
it is
For the
not,
safety of the kid.
Yes. And,
not
and
necessarily
I,
being used for those purposes
So-
right now.
I've just got started getting involved in this in the last 2 weeks because I'm getting emails from our IT and the school IT, and at least they're talking and they're working this situation
So
out.
don't you think the parents would like to know that they don't have they
Yeah.
have this
Yeah.
security system, but police and public safety
Yeah.
can't see it?
Yeah.
In certain situations. We don't need to see it 24/7, 365.
But currently,
No.
and if they don't continue to move in a forward direction to
How long has this been in
dovetail
place?
these things.
It's only been up and running since
Year or
Some of
two?
them are still,
I thought it was last year.
That's
they
what I
did.
get.
They
That's-
installed it last summer
Yeah.
during school break, but it didn't fully come online until this school year. As far as card access, all the teachers have card access and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's finally
but they don't, ours is different than Holden's.
right.
Holden's is different than Paxton's. So you can't,
But we're a district, so shouldn't they all be the same?
No, every town owns their own buildings and they do all their own
I
procurement.
do get
That's the
that,
problem.
but, so do the police and fire have card access in there
Yes,
too?
yep,
one would think,
we do.
again, I wanna just say it like that, one would think it would be, but you can't.
Each town is different. But our town, we have full access, so
You have full access to get in with your card.
getting with our cards.
But God forbid, the
Yep.
worst case scenario occurs, you're supposed to be able to assess the situation
Right.
before we send in
Yep,
collateral damage.
so the proposed language change, would be, again, I've talked with Donna about this, is to transfer the sum of $222,428 from receipts reserved for appropriation from the sale of real estate in accordance with Mass General Law 44, Section 63, to replace the camera system. So this is the sale of the Heights property money.
Good.
The legal use basically says something you would have borrowed for 5 years or more, and the life expectancy obviously has to be greater than
Karen, smile.
5 years.
Smile.
Oh, you kidding me? I've been dying for
No,
this to
but
happen.
smile, just
I
smile,
knew
that's
this.
all I wanna
knew
see is
this.
a smile, finally.
Been fighting for this since,
We should use
Thank
that
you.
money.
Yeah, so it's,
How much is left then after in Heights?
It was
Over
1.3
a
million,
million.
I believe.
yeah,
start.
after paying off.
After this is
Yeah.
1.3
No,
million?
no,
no,
We started
it was
with
1.3 minus
Yeah.
This is
the
the
Oh.
first time we've expended from it.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is the first time we've used that money?
Yep.
Correct, because there's
You-
such close.
If you know how,
parameters
well,
on it.
I'm gonna,
That's a
we,
crime.
well,
there was an article at the special town meeting last fall that got voted down
Yeah.
to use this money, so.
but it, what do we think? I'm just gonna say that, it's so, there are so many little,
Nuances?
yes,
That's the word?
but I think it's
change in
really,
personnel has made it easier.
I would just hope that we don't peter this away,
Correct,
and,
I agree.
you know, if we get chapter land that comes available, this would also be a good
Correct.
way to use money, so I don't wanna, you know, one day say, oh,
Yep.
we have 300,000 left, whoopee. So this is a very drilled down,
Oh, yeah.
every corner,
Yep.
And I
every
think it
Calls
door.
every single door.
It's great.
So dispatch goes away,
Yep,
what is no longer going to be usable on this? And I'm not saying that we should wait the year or a little bit more than a year to
So-
do that, but yeah, are we
So
gonna
the
throw money
access-
away?
it's one door that dispatch has card access.
So then
And
when it
that
gets,
space would be reallocated to the fire department or whoever.
but will that be reconfigured, that would need to add on to this then
No.
next year?
Nope, nope.
would, now,
It's gonna be new meeting space.
yeah, no,
No, what will end up most likely happening is the fire chief's office that's in the police station will move out of the police station, and that dispatch room will probably have a door to the lobby, and that will become the fire chief's office or some
Buy him a really
configuration.
nice easy up tent sides.
Yeah. You know, or reconfigure that space, to be more used.
unfortunately, the building was, back in the day was perfect, and now there's,
Times have
with every,
changed.
times have changed, and it's, they have so many interesting things that the police are doing all the time that Ryan sits in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And it's not good. So.
Anyway, so this is what, the select board has not seen this yet. I've sent it to the chair of the committee today. And with that, this new language will be discussed on next Thursday.
Perfect. I think it's a great, I guess I understand what you're saying. We can do something with that money, but it's gained interest and everything else over the years, and I think we should start, we're either gonna, it's this pocket or this pocket, it's coming out of us. I think at least we have access to it now.
Yes, but it's easier to access money and appropriate it if it's there for, and I just have a very big concern about chapter money that we don't, or chapter land that we can't take advantage of. Like the one on Welsh and Emerald Road that is now gonna have the equivalent of 14 homes on it, so, and we could have had it for 600 and
300 and something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was 600.
6, 8.
I can't remember, it's not important how much, but
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But
Yep.
that's,
And we would have gotten all 53 acres.
All right, so
Okay.
do we wanna, think we should just have a straw poll on this, and I think just get everybody's mood on this. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? Good. Miki, you're keeping all these, right? Perfect, thank you very much. Good Lord. I've been having fun over here and not paying attention to writing them down. Set this too, though. All right. Article 14. These, I would like to know from somebody how when we put these sewer pumping stations in back whenever we do them, and we do a lot of them still, how we can put some sort of revolving
Stipulation?
account, something that, I'm not saying there's money there for the future, because this Miles Road one, I'm sure I'm not on top of all the numbers. We have rebuilt that thing. We have had numerous items in the things that have wrecked pumps and would cost us thousands and thousands of dollars. So I don't know how future developments in the town of Rutland, we can put money in maybe it's a bond or so. I don't know how we do it, but we gotta try to find the way to do that. We don't have a choice in this right now, but once we get them there, perpetual problem. I guess you could say that it serves a tax base up in that neighborhood or wherever that is paying for it through water and sewer rates. So I think we just gotta, I don't know.
But the whole town, it's on anyone in town who's on water and sewer is paying for that.
Yes, but it keeps
Happening
coming.
there.
Yes,
Yeah, that's probably the biggest used pump station in all of them in town.
it got both sides of 56, everything, Devereaux and
Yeah.
it all goes in there. I know it comes out of their water and sewer retained earnings, but it's a lot of money that those
It's a little
guys.
late to recoup it from the builder.
But you can't get it from the builder. I mean, in all seriousness, the problems that are happening are not the builder's fault.
And it's not,
It's the residents' fault.
and most of the people in this room aren't on that, so for Tommy, it's a reoccurring cost that somehow I'd like to see it structured differently in the future. Carol brought it up last week, and I agree 100%. I don't know how it does it, and then I mentioned it to someone, and they said, well, that's what they pay their fees for. I said, well, they don't pay to get it rebuilt every the lifespan should be longer, so, and, I don't know.
no, I think the inequity, sorry.
No, please go.
The inequity is what Lynn, I think, almost said, and that is everybody on water sewer is paying for the repairs of these things, but especially in the subdivisions, only these people are using it. So, those people either need to, I would be all for just all subdivisions are now HOA and you own everything as a community there, and I think that would solve things easily, but I think there's an inequity when a small subdivision or a larger subdivision is having their pump station repaired on
For
everybody
example.
else's dime.
Tom's house on Maple Avenue.
All gravity.
Is all gravity. Never,
Station.
this pump station doesn't affect Tom in
So he's paying for more than what
Right.
he is responsible for.
absolutely.
I think if it ever.
That's true.
But Carol, as you said, Carol, as
I
you
was
said,
waiting for
previous
the tear to come
meetings,
down.
in the millions of dollars of rebuilding
are.
these, I think when it comes to rebuilding one of these, I think you need to look at flow rates of how many houses go through that single one, and just have, like, you have the charge for the water tank on your water and sewer bill, is whatever that bond is. If your sewer flows through that one, then those are the ratepayers that pay it.
Something needs to be done.
That's how you would have
It
to
would
do
be,
it.
it would be more equitable.
Correct.
That's the right word.
Absolutely.
So on the other hand, do the residents who live in these neighborhoods know? They probably have no idea how much money the town is paying to rebuild these for their ignorance in flushing things
All
that
they
they
know
shouldn't
is-
be flushing.
Look, they're fixing that road
Correct.
again.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all they're gonna hear.
I mean, it's not rocket science to, you're not supposed to flush certain things.
But even with that, even wear and tear
Right.
Right.
is a repair, and it's not everybody's responsibility in town.
I
to pay
imagine
for
that
them.
if you took a poll, a majority of people wouldn't even know where their water comes from in the town of Rutland.
I'm sure.
So, sir.
So Seth, how,
Except those 6 weeks
The,
in July and August.
pump stations obviously are put in the plan when there was subdivision
Correct.
plan, when
Yep.
the planning board approves those.
Yep.
But from what I know is the DPW has the specs or puts the specs forward for those pump stations.
Correct.
Because they're the ones responsible for.
Yep.
Not the planning board has to make sure it's there, but.
Yep.
So isn't there a way to maybe upgrade these requirements to make this equipment more durable and more time-worthy, or whatever the right word is there, instead of having to, there's several of these places we've had to fix things,
Yeah.
and not too many years down the road from when
Yeah.
they were put in.
Because, the sewer pump itself and motor, you probably has a life expectancy of 20 years. So that should be planned and, but it's, like you said, it's what's going down the pipes that's causing, premature wear and tear and constant, significant repairs due to damage.
But that particular pump station too was not a town one originally.
Correct.
That was Devereaux's, and then
Yep.
when the other subdivision wanted
Yep.
to go into it, then the town took over the pump station, and so that's another problem. That's probably wasn't built to the same
Mid-90s,
specs
right.
to start with.
Yeah, correct.
But,
Yep.
can we ask that question
Yep.
or find out, can we upgrade those specs for the pump stations so they're, I don't know, more durable,
Robust.
more powerful,
Robust, yeah.
more
Yep.
lifetime worthy, or whatever the right way to
Well,
say that is?
I can say from experience, I went to the city of Springfield and they have an issue with things getting flushed down toilets and
Sure.
into the drains more than 20 times what Rutland has. And they put pumps in there that are the most robust things you can ever see, and they cost a mint. Well, I can tell you from experience, there are things they throw down them that they jam up.
Sure.
And you cannot imagine what goes down. And if it's a storm drain, a gun goes down the storm drain, and that in a low area they pump the storm drain to a different area. And there have been guns in those things or knives. You wouldn't think they could make it, but you're not gonna do it. So, and they have screens, and they still make it through. All right,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Big conversation for.
Yep.
Yeah, but we gotta ask.
Should be having it. We
Yes.
should be having it.
Yep. Article 14. Straw poll consensus. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, got that one. Article 15. Is there a bigger issue with the water plant coming? Is that, yes, is that in any of this stuff?
No, that's 4 to 5 years out.
Okay,
Yeah,
It's kind of soon.
it's on the capital plan. There's a lot of water and sewer, $1 million bonding stuff coming. So,
this is one of those things, I don't think we have a choice. Straw poll, all those in favor? Okay,
Why weren't these things brought up at the annual town meeting?
well, there's a couple things. When Joe Buckley was here, the water and sewer budget would have a separate line item for capital. He would put, $50,000 to $75,000 in that for emergency breakdowns and stuff like that.
Yep.
The last 2 budget cycles, that's been taken out trying to reduce the sewer rates or hold the water and sewer rates down or adjust.
Artificially keep them low?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is,
In the-
some,
in the-
I don't think the chemical plant
Right.
all of a sudden broke. I think it was probably needed to be done in May. I just don't understand why we wouldn't have brought that up then.
you know,
Again, that 50,000 was originally requested and was taken out,
Okay,
so again, we can't,
but I think this may be the tip of the proverbial iceberg of what's gonna happen down there, unfortunately. They've got a lot of stuff that's,
we've had a lot of stuff down there. We wait till the last minute, and I get it.
And we don't maintain it regularly.
Right. I mean, cause I remember when we lost our water operator and we were trying to bring in outside and they were like, I don't know how to use this, cause it was so old.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
and they're probably still going on. Article 16.
Oh, did
Same.
did we do a consensus on that?
15, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. 16, consensus,
We didn't, yeah.
all those in favor on 16?
On 16,
16's the hydrant.
16,
Fire
That's the hydrants. Where are they?
One's right up in town.
Yeah.
I see
Look for
bags
any-
around.
Yellow bags.
Whatever the yellow bags are. Yeah, they're-
The yellow bags are nice. It says out of service.
I haven't noticed, but I'm not up in
Well,
town.
you
I'm
gotta
not-
go over, you gotta see them.
so I have a few comments on this one.
Go ahead.
I did talk to Seth for a minute about this before, but my comments are on the fire hydrants. I know you just mentioned that in water sewer, there used to be an account that could fix this kind of stuff and whatever, but my point is, I think when it comes to the hydrants, if one has a problem or something that can't be fixed without major repairs to it, then that's something that probably should come to us to go into the reserve fund to come up with some, whatever it's gonna cost to do it, because the hydrants don't just serve the water and sewer, they're on the water and sewer system. And that's because that's where the system is, but the hydrants affect the whole town. Because many cases, those hydrants are used beyond the system, and they're also used from something that's a ways away to come back to and use the system and go back to wherever the incident may be. And to my way of thinking, I don't think there should be any hydrants out of service. If there's a hydrant that needs to be fixed, it needs to be fixed now. It's like having your insurance policy, you gotta have it. You
Well, it's
never know when you,
dangerous.
I know there's some hydrants that have never, ever been used in an emergency, but may happen tomorrow.
I hope they don't have to.
I hope, yeah, and I hope they don't have to, but I just wanted to, it's not up to us to decide, but I just want to pass that along and ask if that can be brought up and make sure that that's in some fashion, shape or form put into play so that they can get fixed as soon as possible.
Okay,
And aren't hydrants a town responsibility, not water sewer? I
well,
understand.
that's what Tommy's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
we
agree
should
with
be
that.
paying not out of water sewer retained earnings, I don't think.
Because what are we gonna do? Say your house, I'm sorry, your house is burning down, but you're not on water source, so we're not gonna put it out.
So it's everybody's responsibility, I think.
Well,
but-
you you pay a different insurance rate,
Right,
you know,
you
depending
do,
on
where the hydrant.
where your house
yes.
is, you know, so, you know, some people are paying more when they're outside the, you know, than others, but.
I'm on well and septic, so I know I
Too, but
pay
I've got
more.
a fire pond right at the end of my
So
street.
there are some communities,
I think
there is
still-
a town line item on the fire department's budget
Yep.
for town hydrants.
Yep.
And it's like $100 per hydrant that the town pays, and then that goes to water and sewer as an income, which could be set aside.
Yeah. that
You
would be
could
a
do
good
that.
idea.
That would
be
make
a good
sense.
idea.
You could do that,
Consider that.
so, but it's something that can be looked into. But again, that's the Board of
So
Public
is there
Works
anything to
decision.
say that we couldn't change this article to read that it, you know, take this off and we give it to you from reserve fund?
Pending a change. I mean, I would like to see it
You,
changed.
from which
to,
funds are you using?
Reserve
Reserve,
fund.
like you said.
Okay, they could, yeah, or they could come out, at this meeting, it could come out of free cash too.
I just wanna make sure that we get them, and
I mean, and but it's gotta be done now.
I don't think we
Right,
can, I don't think
yeah.
we can
I mean,
change
if
it
you
to
wait
free
until
cash.
November 20th and it doesn't pass, then you're dealing with freezing and all that other stuff.
I think what you're saying though is we can't change this to free cash at this point because it is technically underwater sewer.
No, the water sewer basically, I mean, they're the owner and custodian of it, but like Tommy said, it's a town asset,
Correct.
so.
So
should
can we
the
change
town-
this to free cash?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or we- why-
The water retained earnings is only the source of
Change that
revenue.
now, we just make that
Or
recommendation
we can make that recommendation at the meeting.
at the next
Yeah.
week, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure I would think the selectmen would probably agree with us, but
And I think we should,
Do you wanna do
Work on-
free cash or reserve fund?
I think free cash.
I'd hate to eat up all the reserve fund in case there's something
Something major.
major comes
But
up.
the only thing comes in where if this gets voted down on the floor,
Then we could,
Then
that
we
would be,
can-
but,
then-
but the thing is at that point, you're now dealing with frozen ground and all that other kind of stuff. I'm looking at it as, give the money to them now, we got a chance of getting them fixed before,
Before Christmas.
so you asking to take this out and just go ahead and do it
oh, I
with
see,
reserve
what I,
fund?
okay, I was confused with what you were
Oh,
saying.
you're saying to prevent a
So
hiccup.
we could make a,
You're talking about having them come back to us with a reserve fund request right now.
Yes.
To do this.
But do you really think it's gonna fail on the floor when
But
you're
I
don't
talking
think it's gonna fail.
hydrants?
you never know.
Well, you never know, but.
The only thing it would speed up the repair by a month,
Right.
but that's if they can get the parts.
No, I
Right,
think we
but
should.
that's my whole thing, we're that much closer to getting it done, and I just would hate to see,
freezing.
God forbid, something happen to one of the buildings up on town. We don't have that fire hydrant. The two churches, the town hall. The library, I'm
do we,
just saying.
do we think,
With the records that aren't
do we
bound
think
yet.
that this is going to be a, like, clean replacements, or is this gonna be like, let's take down that wall in the house and let's see that we've spent $100,000 because it wasn't just a wall taken down? Are we gonna run into?
Are we gonna
Are we
open it,
expecting
open
to
up the
run
walls?
into-
I think
replacing
I
other
think
things.
unfortunately, until you dig that sucker up, you're not gonna know. Cause it's 6 feet underground or
You're still
whatever.
looking
first-
for a time capsule, maybe it's by one of those.
It got flushed down the.
Down the time capsule hole. So how would you
So
like
how
to
do we
word
wanna
this,
do
Karen, or
this?
how do we wanna bring this up to them?
I would say we ask it to be removed and bring it as a reserve fund.
I don't see any problem with just changing this to free cash and doing it at town meeting, because they can, November, they're not gonna have any trouble digging the ground
Right.
to
It
get
wouldn't be
into.
approved
the
until
hydrant.
November
How far down
20th.
is it? 6?
No.
It wouldn't be approved
Right,
until
no more than
November
6
20th.
feet.
They're still not gonna have any
Well, so
trouble
then
digging.
that's
So
below
if
the,
it doesn't
that's
get
above,
approved, then we
that's
can
below
do
the
it.
freezing
And
line.
you're not gonna get a
Reserve
good
frost
frost
line.
line. Frost
That's
line.
fine, I'm just trying
Yeah.
to make
You
sure
won't- you
that
won't get a
we
hard
think
freeze until
about things like
mid-January.
this.
I just wanna say that if it happens, Karen can say, I told you so.
I'm just worried because I don't wanna see anything happen, and when it comes to public safety, in terms of fire,
Yep.
we gotta make sure that we're
Alright.
thinking of the
So,
best for everybody.
I think
Absolutely.
that if
That's why
everybody,
we- my
my,
recommend-
my feeling is that we put it as free cash. And we tell them that for some reason, if it doesn't, Well, I don't know, we wanna say that
You
publicly.
can't say that at the town meeting.
No.
No, just leave it at that.
Yeah,
Just what
okay.
you just said.
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna get voted down.
Yeah, so we're gonna go as free cashes, then that's what we'll recommend, is a consensus vote on that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Article 17, this directly affects the water users,
They mashed my flowers when they replaced my hydrant, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Okay, through the chair.
Go ahead, sir.
So as you know, the water and sewer ratepayers, there's a new charge this year. So Donna is concerned that the Department of Revenue won't certify the water and sewer bill with an estimated revenue source that has not had been proven out to be fruitful, I guess. So she's recommending that it come from retained earnings. We get the whole year of the charges coming in, that will become retained earnings again for next year. And then Department of Revenue next year will see that we've collected a whole year and that it should be no problem in the future years, part of the budget.
I believe we asked that question of Donna at the
Yes.
budget time.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the answer.
Yep.
Okay.
All those in favor, straw poll of 17, say aye.
The full retained earnings out of water and
Any
sewer.
opposed?
Up the rates, who cares?
Moving on to 18. I don't know,
Tank's leaking,
yeah,
so
it's leaking,
it's bleeding if you looked at it.
bleeding through. They gotta do the,
So there's no chance of it,
God, I hope not.
okay, Jeff.
It happened in
is it the
Holden.
big?
It happened in Holden.
Big tanks? Or
It's
is
the
it-
big tanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the old one. Yeah.
it happened in Holden. And the chief, fire chief has got his car smashed up in it because he came up the hill and the water chased him back down.
I'm sorry. Because I was reading something as you were talking, and did the other vote. I went back on 17, I just have one quick question. Why are they referenced as water sewer meters?
I don't know.
It shouldn't be sewer. It
Yes,
should
it
be
is.
water meters.
No, if they
Oh.
don't have, if they're not getting water, if they have well water, but they have a sewer and it goes out, so it's the water going out.
Yeah, that is correct.
Sewer is,
Like, some of the houses that were built on Main Street up tied into sewer, but they have a well. So the only way they can know what the discharge going through the sewer is to meter the well. So
Right,
it's,
but
it-
they
but it's, it- but their bill is only sewer. So in
Right,
that
but-
case, it's a sewer bill.
But it's still a water meter.
I agree.
So it's not, it's for that purpose, but
Yeah.
I would, because they're not water sewer meters, they're water meters.
Okay.
You can bring that up at the meeting.
Yep.
Well, I mean, just saying, that's gonna confuse, I mean, somebody that knows what they're looking at, that's
We
confusing.
can ask that question.
and are we replacing 442 every year for 4 years?
4, 8. Yeah, that's pretty close.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
Whether that'll happen or not.
Yeah.
Well, and then, but then the other thing comes is that it's 5, every year that we wait is 5% more, so something that's costing this much, by year 4, it's costing 15% more.
Oh no, later on, you're gonna see a big, we're gonna build another storage closet in the basement to put them all, cause we're gonna buy them all at once.
Karen,
Buy them all at once.
be nice. Article 18, straw poll, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
No, well, I did have one question. I know, but
This is a
this
place to
18 is
ask them.
30,000 and retained earnings, that's where, in retained earnings is where that, construction and costs and that kind of stuff goes into that, on your sewer, water and sewer bills. There's those
No.
extra charges,
Yeah, that's the bond to build that water tank.
right,
So this is a repair. This is not part of the water tank surcharge that you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
This is in addition to.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't get that bill, so I don't know what that.
It has all these little I&I charges. So it's anything we borrowed money for, it becomes a separate charge on that line.
Thanks for bringing, that's a good question, because I don't have that bill. I
Only when
wouldn't
you
know what
borrow.
was it.
Yes, because once
I'd
that
actually
debt
like to
goes
see
away,
one.
that comes
That's
off the
Gotcha.
bill.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
There's also a charge
Heartburn
on
when
there
you
for
get it.
inflow and whatever. That
Correct, the
goes-
I&I,
But
yes.
that goes into retained earnings also too, doesn't it?
No, that's a loan that was taken
Oh, that's,
to
oh, yeah.
repair, to
Yeah, we
make
did,
those
yeah.
repairs, and then the charge is added to the bill.
Yeah, and I had to explain that to
Yes,
the
it's-
buyer, the
Yeah, 'cause
attorney when
it's
my
like, what are
mother
all these
sold her
little
house.
things? Yeah, yeah. You know, the 25 charge here, the 25
Yeah,
charge
oh.
here, all those things add up very quickly, so.
Is there a lien? No, there's not.
Article 19.
There is, but it's the town.
No, I have one other question.
Go for it.
But before we, as we're finishing water and sewer here now, everybody's read about the article with, Holden and the MDC or MWI, whatever. And I know it's ongoing and everything, and I also know Rutland didn't join in with them years ago when that was brought up. Knowing what's happening, and I know in the past that there was a lot of things going on with Gary Kelleher and Joe Buckley, et cetera, to the MDC, trying to figure out what's going on with the meters for our sewage going out. They reduced the rates at one point,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera. So what is the town planning on doing anything further to go after them because
There
they're
is,
overcharging us still?
there is a legal case pending
Okay,
that Coleman Page is working on.
okay.
And I just got notified this week, and I got a follow-up conversation with them next week to get the status of where we're at, so.
Because if you, which I'm sure a lot of people did, read that article that was in the paper, Peter Lukes was in there and said, if we do collect this money, then the money we get we'll be able to put into an account and we don't have any more worries about repairs on the system, because I have enough money
Right.
coming in down the road for,
Yep, that's correct.
I can't tell you anymore, or I'll have to stuff you in a sewer drain. You know when they say like,
okay.
Thank you.
I like that.
Sorry.
All right.
His is gravity fed, so it won't work.
Article 19, we talked about this at our last meeting for a second, or I don't know. This is that street sweeper, and that's gonna come out of the
Stormwater.
stormwater.
Yeah. Again, this was a oversight at the annual town meeting. This article should have been there to approve the lease, because any lease puts the town, it's a liability to the town, so the town meeting has to vote it. It's a 5-year lease purchase, so these lease payments will be spread out over the 5 years through the stormwater enterprise fund.
Glad to see they're using it for something.
But what is that going to estimate increase?
There'll be no increase in the rate. They're not gonna, when they built that budget, the budget included these payments over that.
So there's no
So how-
increase to the 100, right?
Correct, the
Is that-
100 will not change.
So how much do we anticipate that $100, $200 bill a year?
It's 100, one
100.
time a year, $100. It's not gonna increase.
How much does that bring in? How many
300,000.
partials? Okay.
And if you notice, the retained earnings is quite high, because some of these things, we're just getting up and running on doing some of these things, and this would have been paid out of last year, so.
Is there any way, I mean, we're not using this 24/7. Is there
Correct.
any way that we could, I don't know with the leased vehicle, if you could do that? And I guess there's a couple of questions. How much does it cost to buy it?
314,000.
So why are we leasing it? What's the advantage?
Spread
Retained
this.
earnings doesn't have enough money.
Yeah, the retained earnings doesn't have enough money, the enterprise fund doesn't generate enough money and to cover all the other expenses in one fiscal year. You could borrow it, but then it's no different than leasing it,
And how, the lease is 5 years?
5 years.
So either we can then spend probably at least half of that to buy it, or more, because I was reading
It's
the
at least to own,
lease.
isn't it?
It's lease to own.
So we
own it
Lease
after
to own, but
5.
we own it?
Own it,
We-
yeah.
I thought it said that we could buy it.
No, it's owned.
So can we, if we have the money going.
So
So
we're
it's like a
actually
rent
just-
to own, really.
It's not even
buy it
rent to own,
out.
but I guess it sounds more
No,
like
it's no
we're
different than a
just
police cruiser.
borrowing
They're
the
all
money
lease
from them to
purchased.
buy it.
And then at the end of the lease, the last year has one extra dollar on it
I just said they
interesting
buy
way
them
to
at the
call
end
it.
for $1.
for $1.
It's an interesting way to call a lease, right?
Yeah.
Because leases that the general public is familiar with, you have to buy out.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
the-
You have
we-
to buy it out, but
That's
it's
what
only
I-
$1.
Yes.
It's still a
But
buyout.
it's different than what we would,
Yep.
But if we're gonna be buying a brand new sweeper,
brand new sweeper.
is there any way then that we could rent it out?
Share it with another town?
Not even necessarily share it, because that might get a little bit sticky, but if it's gonna sit there, it could.
we have a
remain.
couple pieces of equipment in town now that we do that with.
Yes.
And I don't know how that works.
Not well.
I was just gonna say,
Especially, it happened with the bucket truck, and one of the towns we share it with, had an incident, and there was a whole issue with the insurance of who was gonna take it on, who was gonna cover what costs. There was no fees being collected to cover wear and tear.
Did it get
fuel.
fixed?
Yes.
It got fixed
But on
through
our dime.
insurance, but on our dime,
insurance
because
side.
we were the host community. So it definitely has its downfalls that in this case, ended up costing us more money than the benefit.
but the thing too with this.
No good deed goes
This,
unpunished.
this sweeper would be, if you start sharing it with somebody else, then it's gonna be that less longer it's gonna last.
Yeah,
So instead
true.
of buying another new one in 10 years, then we gotta buy another new one in 6 years or something, but I wanted to add one thing, one of the things too could be is we created that account for Wachusett, the money that they
Capital.
pay us
Oh,
under
yeah.
the
Yep.
rental agreement, the lease agreement for the school buildings, right? Last year so with the money they pay us each year was into that account?
No, it does not. You created the account, but you didn't appropriate any money to put in it.
No, well, when we get money from the school.
Absolutely cannot happen that way. Department of Revenue said it could not happen that way. You have to appropriate the money. We have to collect it as a local receipt.
Okay, so then
And then you have to appropriate it.
okay, so then we put that
And
money
our
into that
plans are in
account.
2027 to be able to do that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
then we do that,
Yep.
we put it into that account. Some of that money could be used towards the sweeper because,
Correct.
I mean, I think that's one, not the biggest place, but that's, the 3 schools got a lot of area that they use that sweeper on.
Yep. April vacation, that's what they do.
Right,
Yep.
maybe it's not a big amount of money, but it's some money towards,
Maintenance cost or.
some money
Yeah,
towards
yep,
that.
Yep.
Article 19, straw poll, all those in favor?
I
Any opposed? Okay,
Again, Article 20 is the same thing, to approve the lease.
same lease.
Yeah. The money is sitting in an account, we just don't have the authorization to sign the lease document. Go ahead.
Shouldn't KP Law have caught that?
I don't know if they were presented with that.
well, wouldn't they have to have been? They approved the
because-
draft warrant.
The draft warrant didn't have the article at all.
Oh,
The money was in the line item, but the line item was just a $1 amount and no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now you
so
feel
that's why-
better, now you know.
But-
Boy, you know. Article 20, straw poll, all those in favor?
Aye.
Karen, you biting your tongue, what are you gonna say?
No.
It just adds to the pile.
It just goes to show you how by cutting out a 7-member board that might have not, maybe we would have caught it, maybe we wouldn't, but by cutting us out, these things get missed.
So there was some confusion for several years that any lease less than 3 years did not need town meeting approval. Any lease greater than 3 years needed town meeting approval. So there was a lot of confusion. There's been many leases signed over several years that were probably not compliant. So it was
And we just signed them and didn't ask the lawyer.
correct.
Okay.
I will say that that's something that's covered in procurement training.
Yep.
So somebody that's a certified procurement officer, that's
Well, we had one.
correct, that's part
All
of
the time, we had one.
the training.
Whoa, did we always have one?
Yep.
wasn't the TA always a?
If you didn't have one, it falls back on the selectmen.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Interesting indeed. Article 21,
That's why you're seeing 21. Cause these are normal copiers, you're gonna start seeing copier leases in front of you now, that are just normal every day. So,
Somebody writes, yes, it can.
All those in favor of 21? Anybody opposed? I'm gonna vote.
We don't know how much this is.
it's in the line item, it's covered in, we've already budgeted for it, we're just,
Cause it's a lease, it's included.
that's why it's here.
As a straw poll, do we wanna say that we are in favor, guys, or what do we wanna do?
No, you kinda need a,
I think we need to say that the expense is already in the budget.
That's why there's no language to
I
appropriate.
know, but I'm
On the,
saying
you want it
in
in
the
the explanation,
explanation,
yep,
because
yeah, so, we can do that.
it is a work night, you know. Some of us have to get up and go to work the next day after the town meeting,
Worth, all right,
with the extra line of.
with that change, are we in favor of it? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, 21 is good. 22. We've asked them to do that.
That's not the reason why.
Yes, my apologies. Jen pointed that out earlier this week and we did correct it and I apologize. I didn't put it on this new
That-
copy
that's
because
fine.
you're right. That's not what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
What is
We
the
fixed that.
reason why?
Because they need the money to be able to pay for the utilities that were cut from their budget.
Yes, I just wanna make sure it's worded properly. you know?
Yeah, and some of the projects weren't necessarily completed. They've just decided that they need to reappropriate it for those reasons rather
Okay.
than finishing these projects.
So
The roof was, but the landscape and the repairs to the doors were not.
with the changes for the explanation, all those in favor?
Alright.
Anybody opposed? Okay,
I can, I don't know how many. You mean,
I understand that the revenue on the $1,000 is about $5, but how many $5 are we saying no to?
I forget, Amy said the number. And it was, we can definitely get that number for her, but it was it was a handful. It was such a small amount. She said we're spending more on the postage than we are on the revenue that we're collecting from it.
should be there at the meeting, right? Or
Yep.
someone could answer that question for us?
I think we should actually put it in the explanation.
Yep,
Yep. All right. Do we wanna vote on that one, or we just wanna see what the answer is before we vote on it?
I would like the explanation.
That's not a problem. We're gonna just pass on that one?
Yep.
Article 24.
so during your free cash presentation last week, revenue source other, that was highlighted, it was like $380,000. 64,000 of it was from workman's comp and injured on duty insurance payments from the insurance company that went to the general fund. So town is responsible to pay the employee that's injured 100%. We get $1,000 a week paid by the insurance company to cover the backfill of that open position through overtime or whatever costs. The problem is we don't have access to that money and it's not budgeted for, and that money goes to the general fund. So either the shift does not get backfilled, or I won't say we're overexpending, or we may potentially have a shortfall at the end of the year in costs.
still approved, I guess, they just had some clarification.
And if the town, so say a police officer was in a motor vehicle accident, someone else caused the accident, we're out, insurance costs, all that stuff to cover this person injured. If there's a lawsuit filed and the police officer was to recoup money for the injury, the town would be the first in line to get whatever the town is fronted, and it would go back into this account. Any money in this account that's not used can be closed to free cash each year, or you can allow it to roll over, so it's
So we can use that money immediately when it comes back in,
correct.
if that's what the
Yes.
gist is.
Yep, yep. Or you would wait until May, and if the line item needed additional funds, you could move what is needed to cover the shortage, that may or may not have happened, and then allow it to close out.
So the approval of the chief executive officer. Okay, so I'm gonna pose a question.
Sure.
That chief executive officer might be not as amenable as some have been. And I would say that if we're gonna vote this in, the town wants to say, yes, that's where it should go. So how do we put that in, that maybe there's a secondary,
So this is the exact language out of the law,
okay,
so,
And the chief executive officer would be the board of select.
correct,
no,
Yes.
yes,
town administrator.
no.
He's a town administrator,
He's the
that's not the chief
CFO.
executive
He's
officer.
the CFO, he's not the CEO?
Correct.
Okay, so,
But he would be if he was a town manager.
Correct, yeah,
Well, if that's in the
Yeah,
new bylaw, I mean, the new
charter,
charter,
yeah,
yeah,
yes.
that's something different.
yeah.
but,
yeah.
okay, I was
But
under the
not right
impression he
now.
was CEO, CFO, CIT,
Whatever.
QPRST.
That's why it's
Oh, no,
Everybody
he
peace.
he is, that's how it's written.
That's how, why this is the law
Wait, I
is
think I
written
have
way,
that,
'cause
hold
it
on.
I know I've got
brings you
it.
to the top
Yeah.
level all the time.
All right, a straw poll on that one, 24. I think that's fine. All those in favor?
So there will be, that's short up until.
Two,
Town, TA shall function as a chief administrative officer.
You gonna be here till midnight?
I don't know, we're here till 10 on Tuesday.
I got another pen in my,
31. 31? We're getting close, Tom.
yep.
25.
Did you didn't vote?
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah,
voted.
that's fine.
Straw poll, yes.
25 may go away,
25 may go away.
yeah.
Why?
It may not be allowed to be accepted at a special town meeting. It may have to be done at an annual.
Oh, okay.
Let's hold off on that one.
I haven't read through all town councils, because I came to the meeting, but that was one of
So,
the questions that came up, so.
26.
On the 23rd, we'll look at that.
Everybody got a email today, explaining that. And we have it in our package of stuff, is the last thing.
Yeah,
Yesterday, I sent out the stormwater bylaw yesterday.
Tomorrow's meeting?
No.
I sent it as a separate email earlier in the day. I think I labeled it
Yep.
stormwater bylaw.
Yeah, today, but you have it in your package as well.
I don't have a package, I gave mine to Ted. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you did send an email.
I sent that one separate because I sent it to both you guys and the select board in the same email.
Okay.
Came in at 10:39 a.m.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Got it. The concern I have is that the meeting to have any discussions on this will not happen until the night that we're in the meeting to plan.
So you have
but
homework.
that's not a public hearing, that's only a public information meeting.
Okay,
So the hearings already happened through the bylaw subcommittee.
okay, but I didn't, the public information session, whatever you wanna call it, public hearing, public information session, I mean, we just got it, I think we're gonna need a little bit more time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but this
yes.
has nothing to do financial for us.
Does it? I mean,
We,
not now,
we
but I'm
have
wondering
to
again, is this-
give a recommendation.
Yes, but
I mean-
it's, we could say no, if you wanna raise your voice, we could say no action.
Well, I'm just saying,
It has nothing to do with us,
okay,
if I'm not mistaken.
I disagree.
What has it to do with us?
I don't know, cause I haven't read it yet.
Okay, well,
Supposedly,
is-
we can't to have no choice.
Cause if it's not in place by December 31st, then it's gonna,
It's the
then you
same
guys
thing
will
that
be.
happened with the marijuana bill, and every single time that marijuana comes up, I hear, and that was jammed down our throat at the special town meeting, cause no one was there.
We have
Which
until
one,
December
Darren, you still on,
to do
what,
it.
this
We're
was
on 26 right now.
We could do another town meeting
not
for this.
25, okay, all right.
In 26, you got it in an email, and it's the last piece of information in your package, Tom, that we're gonna need to, it's,
Oh.
there's a lot in there. But if we say no, this is a quote-unquote unfunded mandate or whatever,
No,
we
I
have
get
to
it.
do it.
I understand that.
So because we've used that term unfunded mandate, and the stormwater in itself is that, we said that the street sweeper will not affect the stormwater rate, management rate. Is there anything in this bylaw that will drive that price up any? Are there anything new that we're not doing that now we need to implement that will?
So we just closed out year 7 of our stormwater permit. So after year 10, the renewal, there is significant mandates that are going to be very expensive because they want all in-ground structures, basically every catch basin in town, they want 20% replaced and updated each year until they're done. It's just insane. But again, it's in review right now. It's not the final version, but that's where it's starting
That's where
at.
it's going.
That's where it's starting at. It's out of control. And if they change the map of Rutland of what falls under it, then and if they expand it, then it just becomes that much of a bigger.
So well, I guess most of DCR land is not touched. I guess I was just thinking that 40% of our town is
Right, state-owned.
state-owned.
Yep.
But do they have any impervious surfaces that they're,
So that's the question, do we eventually change our funding formula to the way Shrewsbury does it? Shrewsbury actually draws out your impervious surfaces, asphalt, everything on your property, and you pay a per square footage charge. So shopping malls pay all their impervious surface, so you could push that cost out, more prorated or, depending on what you have, you pay your fair share.
Put in concrete and paint it green.
Go AstroTurf instead.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. Yeah,
It
so,
drains through.
But that permit and those regulations come from the federal government.
federal government, correct, yeah.
Enforced by the state.
Enforced by the
Well,
state,
those- yeah,
yeah, unfortunately,
through
yeah. Yeah.
I started reading it today and I started falling asleep, so
I started
a
reading it
lot.
and going,
Yeah, you
it's a
just-
lot.
Yeah,
And we have the problem, and I'll say this again with this whole storm, we have no choice in it. They're telling us we have to do it.
Is this that stormwater thing that came from Camp Dresden, Weston Sampson?
Yes.
Written onto this?
Weston and Sampson wrote that bylaw,
Right,
yes.
but what I read was one from them.
that cost
So,
us.
but that's rewritten
It
here.
wasn't free.
Yes, so this is the final version.
Trust me, it wasn't free.
Reviewed by town council.
I think Weston
and
Sampson, if you
finalized.
did it
So this is the
year,
one,
it's gonna be
that's
high
the
cents,
end
right?
product.
Okay,
If you could look at the bottom of all their trucks that you see on the highway, it says bought by the town of Rutland.
That's funny.
are those fees in here, do you know?
It's really small
No,
print,
that's
but it's
the
there.
rules and regulations,
And
and those are
Holden did
adopted
it
by
a
the
little
planning
differently
board.
Okay.
than us.
Yes.
They have a town engineer,
yeah,
and he does it.
yeah.
And I don't know, at the end, it'd be interesting to see if it's,
I think everyone should really read it and see, because administration is a little wonky. Because we have 5 volunteers who have full-time jobs, and how are they gonna administer this?
So if I may, so the rules and regulations that accompany this fall under the oversight of the planning board. They have to adopt them at the board level. So a representative from Weston and Sampson is actually gonna be attending their next meeting on October 28th to answer their questions and address their concerns. But they have told us that that is a very common practice in the state, that these are managed by a planning board, because the majority of this is gonna fall under subdivision rules and regulations for stormwater. And subdivisions are regulated by the planning board.
But if they're existing subdivisions,
they're grandfathered in. You can't change the stormwater plan that they have. But I think, one of our planning board members had a conversation with our DPW director, and I think that Chris's explanation clarified for him that it's not as cumbersome as I think they thought it was going to be initially. So they're gonna have a discussion with Weston and Sampson to understand it a little bit better, but those are separate from this bylaw that's being required.
I think we should, I don't think we have much of a say in this. And if we wanna vote favorably or negative, or it doesn't matter. But I don't think, our third option was we have no, Tommy, we have no
Action?
action. Or, so, we're gonna have to decide what we say.
Yeah, but don't we need to make a recommendation what we think is in the best interest of the taxpayers. I mean, that's what we gotta look at.
Yeah, cause
So that, it may be that we don't like it, but maybe we gotta do it as long as the things fall into line with what
I
we.
mean, we can't say, if you say no,
What do they do to us if you
it'll
don't?
be after
At
January
December-
first, there are fines coming.
January
So
first.
you have a financial interest in it,
Yes.
of it not
Right.
passing.
Sure.
That's your argument,
Yep.
right there.
So, do we wanna take a poll vote on this 26th?
You're gonna make us.
Does it matter?
Well, right at this point, I would say we're saying yes. I would say yes on it
All
right
right,
now.
a straw poll on Article 26. All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
based on what we know
wanna
about
read
it,
it,
based on what the direction things are
have no
going, I
choice.
don't
If we
like it
don't-
at all, but.
No. You wanna wait until 23rd, cause we can have read it by then?
We just take them.
Change our
you just-
mind anyway,
You just said a
I think.
general idea, you wanted to know what
All
people would
right,
think.
so we had
that's-
3 people in favor, 1 kinda, and some people didn't vote, so we.
Okay,
I'm gonna say
Yes,
overall favor.
overall, favorable.
got one more.
27.
Oops. 27 is in 2 pieces.
So why are we doing this?
Darren, if I may, although it doesn't necessarily impact the businesses that we have now, it allows kind of a support for future businesses that may come in to potentially be able to get a full liquor license, even though we wouldn't necessarily have it available in our quota. So this did go before the select board to ask if they, were even interested in placing this on the warrant, and they unanimously indicated that they were. So if we accept it, it doesn't change anything with our current licensees, but could have a positive impact in the future.
So who went before the selectmen and asked them if they were interested?
Our office presented it to the selectmen because the ABCC reached out to all of the municipalities. So we had a call with ABCC, and then I met with town council to understand the process that would have to take place.
Okay,
So then we brought it to the select board
Oh.
because they're the local licensing
Right.
authority to see if this was something they were interested in, and they indicated that they were, so that's why we have it on
Okay.
the draft.
I got you now.
Technically, right now, the only licensee that would be eligible for this would be still Four Corners. So technically speaking, they could transition to an all liquor license if they would like to, if this statute were to be approved.
I'm a yes.
Sold.
Just as long as they carry what you like.
Does anyone have any objections to having a straw poll on this one? All those in favor?
Alright,
Okay, favorable. I don't think, on the recommendation from the TA, we can hold off on all these to see what happens at the meeting. Anybody got anything else that,
oh, you're saying the street acceptance ones?
Yeah,
Yeah, 1,
Yeah.
2,
yeah,
3, 4.
yeah, 4 streets.
If you end up getting pulled, then you would have wasted your time
Right.
talking about it.
So on Thursday, we are meeting in the select board.
Yeah,
Can we have a table?
yes,
Thank you.
yes, you will, yes.
Yeah, that night's very busy and all the other rooms were booked.
Seth would like to bring up something that we didn't know about, so you know.
Well, actually, for those of you that came Tuesday to the presentation from Vadar, I'm sorry we didn't have enough time to really dive more deeper into it. He would have loved to talk for another hour if we allowed him, so.
Yeah, but he gave us some really good
Yes.
stuff
He
and
did.
saw some
He
of the
did.
reports that we can get and
Yes,
stuff like that.
so, I'll take it on the chin that I'm the spearheader behind this, and I won't say insisting, but I'm strongly recommending that we move forward with this. The quote that you've got on Tuesday is incorrect,
Oh.
so.
It's gone down.
Gone down. Yes, because when he did that, he thought we had not already previously purchased the purchase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's already in there, so he took
Oh,
that.
right, yes.
All right. Our current annual cost is $4,200. And if we were to spread out the first year acquisition, training, setup costs, we would go from $4,200 to $6,800. So to me, that is
Cheap
a
money.
no-brainer for what we'll be able to
Yep.
do. I think just the amount of labor hours and efficiency of data entry will help the finance director immensely.
Has she bought into it 100%?
Again, new technology, new processes, with not having the training can be scary and so I've already talked to the gentleman that was talking. He is willing to make that transition smooth with the finance director. So I think this is something, like, as I said, the amount of labor hours and efficiency will increase across all departments. I think the departments will be able to monitor their own spending easier. And again, with the right setup of each individual department and what they have direct access to and can and cannot do, I think will alleviate some of the stress that Donna's feeling, because I think this is her wheelhouse. I get it. She wants to protect it. But again, we're trying to make her job easier as well and make all of you able to access, because you'll have your own login as finance committee to be able to run reports yourself. So, because you'll have access to approve, finance committee approves the budget. This is your, when we do the line item budget, you'll be able to go through on your own and at a meeting, so whether you bring it up and you can go, yeah, we recommend this, or these are what you recommend, and we would see that.
Is it web-based?
It's all web-based. So it's all cloud-based. You can do it from home, you can do it from here, whatever. And then because it's not in Excel, it's, so you would be able to track, versions. Okay, version 1, this is what we're looking at. If we're gonna do an alternate, cut budget, we can do that very easily. So we can set that up, and it'll be very easy to monitor and see it all in one place, so.
I think purchase orders alone makes it worthwhile, because then we can, the only thing that has to go along with that is a policy
Correct, oh, absolutely.
that says this is what you have to
This is the
do.
threshold, this is what you do.
Right. That has to, and
Perfect example, in some of the bigger departments, some of the, second tier down has authority to buy things
Sure.
up to a certain value. That's where the acquisition request comes in.
Yeah.
So if they want to buy something, they can push it up and then it goes to the department head, yeah, go ahead and get that.
Yep.
So all that
it makes
is
complete sense.
amazing.
And it all happens, the only thing I didn't like is that you don't get an automatic
A
email.
notification.
Yeah,
that-
you don't-
Yeah.
Because I know in our system, I get an email, so I go in
Yeah.
and I sign them.
Yep.
So,
But maybe
that's
that'll come in a
interesting.
future
Yes,
update.
exactly, yeah.
yeah, I have to sign, our threshold is way too low, and I wouldn't wish that upon anybody.
Okay.
Like how low?
1,500, I have to sign every single purchase order,
Our
1,500.
purchase order
That's
was
crazy.
1,000 here
Okay,
when we started, and
yeah, it's $1,500, and I'm like, really, are you kidding me?
Yep.
spend more time saying a name for nothing.
It's electronic, so it's easy, but still.
Okay, so, one final thing, you guys had some concern on the funding of the modifications to the line items. Please, if you have any questions on certain line items, just send them to me so we can try to make next Thursday's meeting, you know,
Painless as possible.
'cause I would hate to see that we're diving in line by line on Thursday.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm just.
You did it to us, you did it to us last time.
It's the colorful shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
I don't care.
you know, so if we can try to flesh out some of those questions early, that would be, you know, try to, again. I
By
mean,
5 o'clock?
I mean, here we are already
5 o'clock next
2 hours
Thursday.
and it's just us.
5
I
o'clock
can't
next
imagine with another board asking questions and, you know, waiting to the end and then you guys
I guess-
vote individually.
Do we have any outstanding questions?
I don't know.
But again, please go through it and,
I have to
you
go back
know,
through out
yeah,
everything to see. I
And again, by noontime on Tuesday, you should have a clean copy of the warrant, okay? So,
When is the deadline for posting?
So we have until November sixth, but my goal is to get it up by October 28th. The board's gonna sign it on October 27th. So we just have to coordinate with the constable to get it posted, so I'm hoping to have it published by
Okay, so if
Wednesday.
there are anything, it's not like we're right up against the
No,
deadline, so that's the
No,
good
no,
news.
no.
yeah, so worst
just has
case,
to
they
be
could.
something-
Well,
days.
I'm so used to having it be
Yeah.
right up to the last minute that, that's why I was asking.
And that's why
I thought it was 2 weeks
the special
before, but I
town meeting calendar that we kinda laid out, kinda,
Has to be 2 weeks before.
you know,
the
built in
meeting.
some extra time in
My
there.
goal is to get it sooner.
No, and I agree with you on
But yeah,
that,
we
but-
have till
Right.
2 weeks before.
Yeah, which is what I thought, but I was like, okay, just make sure.
And that's all I have for updates.
All right. Anybody in the board have any?
Great job on finding the coupon code for
So-
Vadar.
We're meeting next Thursday
Yep.
here with the selectmen.
Correct.
We don't have to, nothing else in the beginning of the week. And then what's our next meeting after that?
We have not picked one
Yes,
yet.
you do. You have one on November
November
6th
6th.
with with the school
Town
district.
Number 6, okay.
Oh,
And they did say they were,
I didn't know that got confirmed.
yes,
Yeah, I sent an email.
they did get confirmed.
I'm sorry, I've been.
They were gonna be here.
and the school has reached out to start negotiating the, maintenance contract that you guys had brought up.
Okay.
Okay, so, all the town administrators from the 5 towns are meeting with the superintendent, and the deputy superintendent and the finance director on the 28th at 1 o'clock to start the discussion. All 5 towns are at the same time, so I think we have some power, to drive this.
You know what our concerns were.
Yes, absolutely, and
Did
if,
anybody else?
if they ask to expand the group for each town, then I'm gonna ask for one select board member, one finance committee member, and maybe a, CIPC rep on that committee.
Makes sense.
So, if they allow it to become bigger, but I will keep you guys updated on that.
I think that if you guys can drive that agenda, I don't know why we would need more people there, but
But it's things like there's no way to get out of this contract. There's, you have to have like 3 towns, or 4 towns saying yes, so, I mean, I know that it's important to have a really
Yeah.
strong contract, but to not be able to get out of it.
Yeah, so this, we're not negotiating the regional school
No,
district.
You're just doing the maintenance.
This is just the
maintenance
maintenance
part.
only, the 35,000
But
threshold.
that whole thing
35,000.
though comes
But
up
that's a big one.
Yes,
in June, don't you said, right?
Yes, it expires on June 30th. There was a 10-year agreement, so that's
So-
why
that's the
they've
maintenance,
reached out.
not
That's the maintenance, not
maintenance.
the regional
Not the
one.
regional, that's, I think, that's in like 5 years
did
from
you,
now.
could you ever
just
send
went
me a
through that.
copy of
We
that?
just went
I-
through
I
that.
thought-
We
emailed
only
it,
did
and
amendment
it's
of
also on the
certain things on the makeup of the
I did
school
email
committee,
it.
that's
Right,
all, it
That's,
wasn't
I
a
know.
whole look at.
Well, we,
Yeah.
it was a team was put together that could have,
Yes.
however, that's all that got accomplished.
I think though that that's too old.
Oh, yeah, it's gotta be
Do you
now.
have
But
have
still.
you met with other,
We just did.
We've
it.
had general conversations, offline.
okay,
So we're moving in a direction that I think will be
are
favorable.
we the only one that feels that that's
No.
ridiculous?
Nope, because the 35,000 threshold promotes lack of maintenance
Yep.
on there, and the schools are allowed, under procurement to basically replace anything up to $100,000 without having to go to, RFP or anything like that. So that's their threshold. Then that's what the threshold should be, in my
They're
opinion.
still gonna pay for it.
Oh, exactly, yes,
Just a different
exactly.
pocket.
But also, they're saying they're gonna start funding their capital stabilization for repairs and other things, so they can start planning for some of these
Well,
things
it's-
as well.
It's, we're still gonna pay for it, but it's money that we've already given them,
Right.
and they decide to use it for something else.
And I think that the deferred maintenance, if we could
And-
nip
Or
that in
goes
the
into
budget,
E and D,
it would be-
or goes
Correct.
into E and D.
Yes, and
Yeah.
what, in my crux of this whole thing is, at 35 and 1, we pay,
Right.
and they don't have no.
35.02 we
Yeah.
pay for the
Yeah,
whole
well,
thing.
that was 1 cent, you know, it doesn't matter, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And we have to get, and I don't know that 35 should change, or however, and you're thinking it should be 100?
I do.
I like that. See if they buy into it, you're probably gonna,
Oh, yeah,
Well,
I'm
you,
sure.
you start high.
Yeah, exactly.
no.
That
but
way
I
you
mean,
got room for negotiation.
So 150?
Yeah.
275.
keep thinking about it, it's going up. Yeah. So that's a great step, you guys are at least,
Because on their part, I think they're frustrated that they bring capital requests to town and it doesn't get funded and stuff like that. They're trying to get the stuff done, I get it. But this will kind of put them more in control that, you know, if they're budgeting appropriately and maintaining things appropriately, they can plan replacements much easier.
going on out there?
So,
Is that you?
yes, us, yeah,
I was gonna say there's sirens.
Sportsman's Club.
On fire?
No,
Damn, let's go.
Get a drink, that's what it is.
The hydrant over there is working, right?
So going back to what I was asking, so the November 6th with the schools.
Yep.
Do we think it's gonna take the whole session with that we would be, I mean, how long do we anticipate with them?
I think you're in the driver's seat on that. I think we kind of set the expectation of what you guys are looking for to discuss. You know, what's the certified student population? So that's gonna drive what percentage of the budget we now own.
Yeah.
So if we go from 24% to 25%, because we now own more kids and the district is now, total population's gone down.
Yep.
Then we're in hold harmless again, and then our percentage of the pie becomes bigger. So their 8% ask as a whole,
Is worse.
maybe 10 to 12 for us.
Is it,
But we'll be able to figure that out very
have they
quickly.
floated any numbers by you yet, do they know?
They're saying they're looking for an 8% overall increase.
No, but on.
Students,
population?
nothing. But on the other hand, we sold, our house transfers in this town was like 112 homes sold in this town last year. So only 30, 35 were new construction. So we captured that new growth. The others, if those families' kids have aged out and new families had come in with kids, guess what?
All right, we go up.
You know, it's gonna be what happened the override year. We had that huge influx of 78 kids that year. So we could see something like that again.
The other thing we wanna bring up is the budget goes like this, and enrollment in the district is going down at the same time, and I don't know how to politely say that, they're gonna say that they want 18 kids in a room instead of the
It's
28 that they
benefits
have now.
and salaries.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
benefits
but
and
we've asked that
salaries.
question each year.
No, but maybe we don't,
I
it's
want,
definitely benefits and salary, but do we need as many benefits and salaries as we have if the enrollment has gone down?
yeah, because they're gonna decrease the number of kids students in a classroom.
Yeah. Right, but it's,
They've done it with
They've
X
done it.
amount for how many years, so they could still hold that threshold.
All right, so anyway, so the reason I've been asking those
Wants to know
questions.
when we're meeting.
Right, I
Plan
wanted
on
to
the full
know,
evening.
after the 6th then, that we're probably gonna take up the whole meeting with them. And then we're gonna meet certain after, cause what I'm driving at is that I would like to go over, take the bylaw that we're working on there, and I think we should sit down and spend a little time on that, exactly what it says.
Which bylaw?
Cause it didn't happen last year.
Bylaw.
The bylaw says that we're supposed to present the budget to the town meeting.
Oh, okay.
And I just wanna go over it, are we gonna do that, are we not gonna do it, or what, are we gonna
We went
follow?
over it over the summer.
and we
Found that the town administrator bylaw clearly states that they're supposed to come to us and get us involved. And it was completely thrown out the window by the previous town administrator and was not held, the town administrator was not held to that bylaw by his bosses.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying, so I just wanna talk about it. It only
no,
takes
no,
5 minutes. That's all it takes, but we gotta decide, what are we gonna do as our group, and say, are we gonna do this or we are not gonna do it?
It's clearly, well, and exactly what Karen said, we were in agreement with the selectmen that the town administrator's bylaw covered us. But it doesn't say, if we down the road had a town administrator that didn't view that policy the same as we did, it would go the same way. So yes, maybe we should look at strengthening the finance committees back to what it was. And I don't know how to rewrite that in there, but we should. I agree with what you're saying, Tommy.
Could I make a suggestion?
Go for it.
Could you turn that into a productive discussion with the new town administrator when they come on board to kind of set a baseline, understanding and get off on the right foot? Because you can say it as much as you want here, but if it doesn't get translated to the new
Well,
person.
that's why I think Tommy's saying we wanna put it back into the finance committee, so there's no gray area.
So we don't have to worry about when the chair changes every
Yeah,
6 months.
And then if you're talking, yeah, well, with a new town administrator, you can have a conversation with a new TA, but you have that conversation with that person, but when the TA after that, if you've got, that could change.
Or they decide that, oh, yep, and then go do what they didn't wanna do.
I am,
Because that's what happened last year.
I think Tommy's got
Yep, that's perfectly fine. Yep. So when do you wanna do that?
And I'm not talking about putting in, you're saying putting something back in. We don't have to, it's in the bylaw, our bylaws are
no,
written.
but it's not in the newest bylaw, it is not.
It is.
No, we're relying on a TA's bylaw, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying, our
So we need
bylaws,
to move things to secure it.
The
I think it
latest
needs to
finance
be
committee
in the
bylaw
finance committee.
that got passed does not have the same amount of teeth
We've used that a lot tonight.
as what we thought.
okay, I won't disagree with that, cause I was opposed to that and right all through that process.
So I
But-
think what we have to do is if you wanna do that, we have to put the teeth back in our part of the bylaw.
Because if
Well,
the TA's
I
bylaw changes.
apologize for not being here this summer, I missed.
We are
that meeting.
not anyone's against,
No one's against.
I just said I missed the discussion, I wish I was here, but.
no, and we left that meeting saying, as a group, we left that meeting saying, we gotta do something, and we have not done anything.
I know, but I'm just saying, way I read the current bylaw for the finance committee, we've got quite a few things in there still that are the way they were in the old bylaw from way back. But we gotta look at it, we gotta sit
Yeah.
down and let's look at it and say, okay, yes, this is what we're gonna
You
do.
have to have the old and the new.
Correct.
And compare.
December 4th.
And the TAs.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, it might be
December
late to
4th.
get past town meeting, there's just so much going on in the next few
Right,
weeks.
so there's no time, because we have November 6th, and then after that's the 20th, next week is Thanksgiving, and
Yeah,
and we can all come here with extra pie and coffee, but I don't think that's allowed,
Why?
because it's a holiday, and there's some stupid rule that you're not allowed to have meetings on holiday.
Oh, I thought I was just talking about the.
I thought it was a pie and coffee, it probably had enough.
What's the matter with pie and coffee?
All right,
There's
so
nothing wrong
let's,
with pie and coffee.
could we, put a tentative meeting for December 4th, which is a Thursday,
Yeah, it's Thursday.
and we can begin the discussion of exactly the finance committee bylaw wording, old and new. And if we could possibly by then have a copy of each, we can just, before that, we can shave it out and make sure we can piece it out.
So you're
Because
asking for a
Tommy,
copy
I
of
think
the
some,
bylaw?
well, the question is, I think some of the confusion here is Tommy's reading two different bylaws. And I wanna make sure that we have the old one here and the new one here, and we can say, the old one looked like this and said that, and the new one's like this. That's all. I understand exactly what
I
you're
just wanna
saying.
crack on, I'm not confused, I know what I read, I know what I'm gonna say, I know what I wanna say, so.
Well, you were the only one on the board that thought that interpreted that way you're saying.
Okay,
And we're not,
I said,
but I want you to
yeah,
prove
but-
it to me.
All the years I've been trying to get early meetings so we could discuss it, then we end up early meetings and I couldn't make them.
I mean, I think the end result is almost a process flow chart of how the information is flowing, who has it at a certain point in their responsibility, then it goes to, and then you just kind of lay it out.
And we're not, I don't wanna give this, we are not in disagreement with you at all. We are 100% lockstep with you, it's just how we gotta make sure that process
Yep.
flow is right and
Yep.
it's a bylaw.
I agree, yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
That's all,
agree.
that's all we're saying, we're not,
It's clear defined roles and responsibilities for all parties involved.
Well, then, then at some point, if not that meeting, but then we need to pull in the finance policies as well, because I think there's things in the finance policy that aren't addressed in the bylaws as far as
Correct.
flow and process and when and who, CIPC getting their stuff in.
Correct. Yes, and we're trying to get that quickly this year, so you guys can see it
Yeah.
very quickly. That's part of the whole decision of,
And the other question I had was,
We used to get it every year.
Oh, I know.
We used to
the
get it. every year.
the town's financial policies or procedures. Did you go over those at that meeting in this summer at all? And, because we talked about that a while ago too, because
we wanted to, right.
we have, and I haven't, because I looked at it again, but, we had that policy that Margaret put in place, that we were involved with, we signed off on. And then another one
selectmen.
was put in place just by
The town
the
administrator.
town administrator.
Correct.
So we just should take a look at that and say, which one are we following and
Well, we were told that we were following the
Yeah,
thick
that old one from Margaret is no
Gone.
more.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
Yes, but does it make it right?
right.
There's where Tommy's point is. Doesn't make it right, cause you
I
threw it
think
away.
that's the
Yeah.
correct.
Cause it got changed without any input from us.
correct.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that tie, debt levels, services to a percentage of the budget, what stabilizations, percent of the budget should,
Correct.
all that stuff, which went from like 5%, I think was Margaret's threshold for stabilization, should be 5% of the budget. Now I think it's 12%, and that's a big leap.
And how feasible is that in this
Correct,
town? That's
right.
the thing. You don't write something that you start here and say,
Right.
our goal is to get there over 10 years, 15
Is
years.
this the last town administrator that wrote this?
Mm-hmm.
It had no input from anybody else?
I don't know whether it had input from the select board or not, but it had no input
Nothing
from us.
Yes. Okay. Tommy's got 2 valid points. Absolutely.
You bring the pie.
Okay,
Well, I hope through this process, I've been giving you the information because I've been relying on you to kind of set the tone of what I'm bringing forward to the select board. That you guys have, had your first look at it
Are
first.
you gonna wear a tie in the town meeting?
I will not be here, I'll be on vacation.
No,
Oh, we gotta move it then.
Yeah, I tried. No one wanted to move it. We had this conversation months ago, and I said nobody thought it was a good idea to move it. So I said, "Okay, here you go."
We didn't care. They wouldn't.
No, I knew I wasn't going to be there, and he knew he wasn't going to be there. We tried, and nobody liked that idea. So here we are.
We're good.
We're good.
Before the town meeting then, could we please make sure that the finance committee, get a list of what we have in stabilization, what we have in capital, all
You'll
of
have
those
it all.
things.
You'll have it
Please.
all.
We used to get that,
Isn't it in that packet?
It is, but it'll be cleaned up to what.
right, no, I get it,
Oh,
but
yeah,
So you'll
we're
have-
gonna put that in the public's packet too, cause
Yeah.
we used to do that.
Because
and
everyone
then-
used to ask that, and that's a
Not to do
valid
that
question.
anymore.
And it should
What are we
be.
starting with?
Right,
Yeah.
nope, and I get it, and we used to
That's
write it all
important.
out. and all that.
Karen has
the
made special
transparency
requests. She
portion.
wants like a
Correct. And
32-page
then
primer for
last
the
year,
town meeting.
I was told
No.
I couldn't include that.
Colors?
Those stabilizations, is all that
Black
stuff gonna
and
be in
white
Vadar?
for the town
Yes.
meeting.
Oh,
I
yeah, the
know.
black and white is not necessary, but
Revolving font.
32
I think we
pages of
need another
primer
screen
does
in
not
there.
tell me how to
we
vote.
Like a big one.
It would be great,
It
I
was
mean,
more
we
than
could
32.
pull it up every day,
can we
every
get the
night.
print a little bit bigger so you can read it too? though?
Well,
Well, that's why we get a big
I'll
screen,
make entertain a motion to adjourn.
so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.